and salutations. Brian Petrano broadcasting live from Lindquist Field in downtown Ogden, Utah. Tonight, the Ogden Raptors face the Provo Angels in Game 2 of a 3-game series. The Raptors were embarrassed last night in a 15-6 loss to Provo. The Angels bedeviled Raptor pitching for 8 doubles and 4 home runs. And that, folks, is all that needs to be said about that. But as Orphan Annie once said, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow, you're only a day away. That's the song the Raptors are singing tonight as they look for a fresh start in Game 2 of the series with the Angels. And here's the stat to give us hope. Ogden is 4-1 on Saturdays this year, while Provo is just 1-4. So what I'm saying is the Raptors have a chance. It's Game 2 of the 3-game series, the Ogden Raptors and Provo Angels in the I-15 series. Provo comes in at 17-12. They have won 5 in a row. The Raptors come in with an opposite record of 12-17. This Raptors broadcast is brought to you in part by Pioneer Doors, a place to go for Liftmaster garage door openers, and by Buckley Homes. Buckley is better. The Raptors trying to bounce back after a 15-6 loss last night, and tonight they will send out the left-hander David Quinn. Quinn 1-3, but he picked up his first win of the season his last time out in Idaho Falls when he looked terrific, and so he will try to build on that performance. Meanwhile, Provo counters with Daniel Davidson. Davidson is 2-1 and a 1.35 ERA. He has been sparkling this season, so the Raptors hope to be the first team to touch him. So Davidson against Quinn. A battle of left-handers here on this hot and sunny Saturday evening in Ogden, Utah. Game time temperature about 96 degrees. We do have some high clouds, but no threat of rain tonight. Just going to be another hot evening here at Lindquist Field, and the Raptors hope to pick up some heat after a very cool start in last night's game. The Raptors had only 1 hit through the first 4 innings and did not get their first run of the game until that 4th. They finished strong with 4 runs in the 9th inning, so they hope that gives them some momentum coming into the ball game here tonight. The Raptors 5 games out of first, so they pretty much have to win out for the first half in order to get that first half title. They hope to build on that tonight. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll have the first pitch and tonight's starting lineups. You're listening to Raptors Baseball here on 1660 KXOL.
This season, savor the sweet taste of victory with a fine cigar. With the Raptors in hot pursuit of the Pioneer League Championship, more fans are coming to Smokies for a fine selection of domestic and imported premium cigars. Smokies is a full-service tobacconist featuring a complete line of pipes, bulk tobaccos, and accessories. Locally owned and operated and open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, 9 to 6 Saturday. Get your victory cigars at Smokies.
Smokies, taking this opportunity to salute our armed forces.
Hey fans, a good way to protect your car, home, or business from sun exposure and crime is to have your windows tinted. Window tinting is easy and affordable through Performance Tint and Customizing. For fast, free estimates backed by 10 years of experience and a lifetime warranty, call 801-223-9418. Performance Tint also specializes in leather interiors, mobile video, and car audio systems. Performance Tint and Customizing in Orem, Utah County's window tinting specialist.
With interest rates changing faster than a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, now's the time to examine your mortgage. By refinancing, you can lower your interest rate and monthly payment. Just call Aspen Mortgage, with offices in American Fork and Payson. They offer FHA and conventional loans for purchases, refinances, debt consolidation, and home improvements. Approval just takes 1 hour, so call 756-7434 or 465-9400. Aspen Mortgage in your Yellow Pages, financing the American dream one home at a time.
An outfielder needs great vision to see the ball advancing through the sky. On the road, you need great vision too. A cracked windshield can cause a lot worse than a drop fly ball, so stop procrastinating. Glass Repair Specialists offers fast and affordable windshield repair and replacement. They'll even help with your insurance claim. In business for 25 years, give them a call at 801-224-4124. Glass Repair Specialists, your lifesaver when it comes to damaged auto glass.
You're listening to Raptors Baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
Welcome back to a sunny and warm Lindquist Field in downtown Ogden, Utah. The Ogden Raptors squaring off against the Provo Angels in the second of this three-game series. So the Raptors come in 5 games out of first. Provo on top in the South at 17 and 12. And the tied for third are Idaho Falls and Casper. They're both 9 and 20 as Idaho Falls defeated the Rockies 4-1 last night. In the North, Helena has a half-game lead over Great Falls. Billings only a game and a half out. Missoula has won 5 straight to move within 3 games of first place. So the race still wide open in the Pioneer League North tonight. Take a look at the starting lineups of this ball game. First for the visiting Provo Angels. Leading off in center field is Reggie Willits. He'll be followed by the number 2 batter, Howard Kendrick. Kendrick at second base tonight. Matt Brown bats third and plays third. Bobby Wilson hits cleanup, and he'll do the catching. Blake Balcom in left field bats fifth. Hitting sixth, Warner Madrigal in right. Brandon Wood, the first-rounder, bats seventh at shortstop. Ryan Kenning hits eighth at first base. Batting ninth, Aaron Peale, the designated hitter. The pitcher for Provo tonight is a 22-year-old left-hander, Daniel Davidson. He's from Panama City, Florida, stands 6'4", 225, has a 2-1 record this year with a 1.35 ERA. Now for your home, Ogden Raptors. Leading off is designated hitter Alejandro Diaz. Be followed by Jeremy Millins in left. Xavier Paul bats third in center field. Luis Castillo bats cleanup at third base. Jeff Cuthbert hits fifth at first. Mike Lynch hits sixth and does the catching. Ryan Carter bats seventh in right field. Juan Gonzalez hits eighth at shortstop, and Dominique Lorene, the second baseman, is in the ninth spot. Taking him out for the Raptors, 19-year-old left-hander David Quinn. Quinn from Somerton, Arizona, comes in with a record of 1-3 and an ERA of 8.61. First pitch from Quinn catches the outside corner on Reggie Willits, and the count 0-1. Willits, a switch hitter, will go for the right side against the southpaw Quinn. Now the wind in the 0-1. Swing and a miss makes the count 0-2 on Willits. Willits 5'11", 185. A 7th-round selection this year out of the University of Oklahoma. No balls, 2 strikes the count. David Quinn spins and deals. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Mike Lynch will throw him out at first on the drop third strike, and there's one away in the first inning. David Quinn, a solid start, striking out his first batter. Now Howard Kendrick comes up. Kendrick, the second baseman, stands 5'10", 185. He's a right-handed batter from Callahan, Florida. And the first pitch to him sails outside for ball 1. Kendrick hitting .269, 1 home run, 11 RBIs. The wind from Quinn, and the 1-0 on the way. Hot shot to third, snagged by Castillo. Throws across the diamond in time, and there's quickly 2 outs in the first inning. So Willits strikes out, Kendrick grounds out, and that brings up the number 3 batter, Matt Brown. Take a look at the Raptor defense. Jeff Cuthbert is at first base, Dominique Lorene at second. Juan Gonzalez at short, Luis Castillo at third. Mike Lynch doing the catching. Jeremy Millins is in left, Xavier Paul in center, and Ryan Carter back in the lineup, starting in right field tonight. Here's Matt Brown with 2 outs and the bases empty. No score in the top half of the first inning. The line to pitch. And a strike call on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Matt Brown, the number 3 batter, stands 6'1", 192 pounds, and awaits the 1-strike pitch from Quinn. Outside, and it evens up at 1-1. Brown hitting .299. Smacked his 7th home run of the season last night and drove in a couple to give him 25 RBIs. Takes a change low and outside. 2 balls and a strike on Brown. Chris Schultz, our plate umpire tonight. Tim Dobb is on the base path. 2 balls, 1 strike on Matt Brown. The lefty Quinn winds and deals and just misses outside for ball 3. Pretty good offering from David Quinn. The pitch that Matt Brown can't do a lot with. If it was a pitcher, you'd like to get that call. So Brown Brown steps back in with a 3-1 count, and he smashes one to third, scooped up by Castillo. The throw to first in time, and David Quinn fires a 1-2-3 inning to start off the ball game. So it's Provo nothing, Ogden coming up. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
At Peterson, we're not content being just another fabricator. We want to be your partner in creating custom state-of-the-art solutions for your equipment needs. That's why we're always pushing the limits, setting new standards of quality in large and small-scale fabrication and precision machining. At Peterson, no job is too big, too tough, or too complex. We're equipped to handle the demands of virtually any project, large or small. Our customer service team will bend over backwards to help make sure your job is delivered on time, in budget, and with uncompromising product quality. Peterson Incorporated, a winning combination.
Just a short 5 miles up the beautiful Ogden Canyon, you'll find the Gray Cliff Lodge and Restaurant. Only 15 minutes from downtown Ogden, you'll find a cozy, relaxed atmosphere. Featuring fresh local trout, lamb, steaks, chicken, prime rib, homemade cinnamon rolls, and oatmeal pie. Doors open at 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday for dinner, Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and Sunday dinner from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Golfers, skiers, and baseball fans are all welcome. Give them a call at 392-6775 for more information. The Gray Cliff Lodge Restaurant, a fine tradition since 1945.
Half of the first inning at Lindquist Field. The Provo Angels went down 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. Now the Ogden Raptors come up in the bottom half. It'll be Alejandro Diaz, Jeremy Millens, and Xavier Paul if anyone reaches Luis Castillo. Good crowd on hand tonight for this Saturday. Still filing in. It is a very hot night, 96 degrees and sunny. But they're filling up the seats nonetheless, especially on the left field side where you have a little more shade than you do on the first base side. Don't blame them today. Alejandro Diaz leads off the first for the Raptors. Ogden got out to a slow start offensively last night, but finished strong, scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the ninth. And 18-6 loss. But oftentimes, if a team can score late in the game, they can carry that over to the next day. Diaz checks his swing, takes a fastball strike, and the count 0-1. They have the work cut out for him tonight against the Provo left-hander, Daniel Davidson. Davidson, a big kid at 6'4", 225. Diaz shows a bunt, and the breaking ball missed to even up the count at 1-1. Davidson, a 13th round selection this year out of Florida State University. Put up some nice numbers, 2-1 this season, and an ERA of just 1.35. Diaz takes a called strike on the inside corner, brings the count to 1-2. Alejandro did not agree with the call from plate umpire Chris Schultz. Watched that one all the way, must have just nipped the black. Here's the one outside. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Diaz batting .268. No home runs, 11 RBIs. And awaits the 2-2. Chopper towards first. Picking it up is Kenning. He'll toss to the pitcher and just beat him in time. That was a very close play. Kenning probably should have taken that himself. But he tossed to Davidson, who just did beat Diaz to the bag on a bang-bang play. So 1 out, and now Jeremy Millens comes up. Millens, the left fielder tonight, right-handed batter, facing the southpaw Davidson. Jeremy hitting .281, no home runs. He has 11 RBIs. And the first pitch to him, he flashes a bunt, takes a fastball strike, and it's 0-1. The Raptors did face Davidson in Provo at the start of the season. He pitched the final game of that series. There's a swing and a miss by Millens, and the count 0-1. Davidson pitched 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, no runs. He didn't walk anyone and struck out 4. The 0-2, a changeup missing low and outside, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Millens. Jeremy has hit the ball well against Provo this year, batting .375 against the Angels. Now he takes the fastball away to even it up at 2-2. Has one of his 2 triples against Provo. And has knocked in 2 runs against this team. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner, and there's 2 away in the first inning. So a ground out and a strikeout, and that will bring up Xavier Paul. Xavier starting back in center field today. Had a 2-hit ball game last night to raise his average to 314. 1 home run for Xavier this year, and he's tied for the team lead. Or rather, tied for second on the team with 15 runs batted in. Takes a fastball inside to start him off 1-0. Here's the Provo defense. Ryan Kenning at first, Howard Kendrick at second, Brandon Wood at short, and Matt Brown at third. Bobby Wilson doing the catching tonight. Blake Balcom starts in left. Another Florida State product, by the way. Reggie Willits in center, and Warner Madrigal is in right. There's a fastball for a strike on the outside corner, and the count evens 1-1 on Xavier Paul. Lefty-lefty matchup here. The 1-1 pitch coming up, and he's just missing to bring the count to 2-1. Looked like a pretty good offering from Davidson on the fastball. But instead, it turns out to be a good hitter's count for Xavier Paul with 2 balls and a strike. The delivery and a broken back grounder to first, scooped up by Kenning. He'll flip to Davidson covering the bag, and that will retire the sign. So both teams go down 1-2-3 in the first inning. That'll send us to the second with no score. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 660 KXOL.
The Ogden Raptors are going back to the future for 2003. Get your tickets now as the Raptors celebrate their 10th anniversary in Ogden. They are now back with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and that past relationship has brought even greater excitement for the future. Help the Raptors celebrate their 10th anniversary by calling 801-393-2400. Tickets start at just $5 for adults and $3 for children. Call today, 801-393-2400, or visit us online at www.ogden-raptors.com.
Since 1959, Supersonic Car Wash has been Ogden's finest car wash. We specialize in soft touch car wash. We know that your car is a highly valued member of your family, so trust our family to get your car clean. Supersonic Car Wash is located at 3851 Riverdale Road in Ogden. Our phone number is 621-8894. We're open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please visit our website at www.supersoniccarwash.com. Please brings a bright and shiny outlook to the summer. Mako Auto Painting can give your car a new and bright and shiny look. They provide free estimates, nationwide guarantee, up and bake finishes, and expert body repair. Mako provides a quality job at a reasonable price. Mako Auto Painting in Ogden, Utah. Call them at 393-8693. Mako is a proud sponsor of the Ogden Raptors. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field, top half of the second inning. It will be the middle third of the Provo lineup. After left-hander David Quinn. No score after the first inning. Both teams went down in order in the first. A strikeout and 2 groundouts on both sides of the ball. So leading off is Bobby Wilson here in the second inning. The Provo catcher will be followed by Blake Balcom and Warner Madrigal. Quinn winds, here's the pitch. And he missed a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Bobby Wilson. Wilson 6'2", 217 pounds. He was selected out of St. Petersburg College. Now the 1-0. A little bit low and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Wilson hitting .311. No home runs. He's driven in 21. A rowdy crowd tonight here at Lindquist Field. 2-0 pitch. And a high fly ball to deep right center. Back goes Ryan Carter to the wall, and that one is out of here. Bobby Wilson has hit his first home run of the season, and Provo takes a 1-0 lead here in the second inning. Pretty good blast from Wilson. He stroked that one over Raptor Ridge and back over the Ogden Clinic side. So Wilson connects for the 5th home run of the series for the Angels, and Provo takes an early lead here in the 2nd. Now Blake Balcom comes up, and he takes a wicked hack, but fouls it off for strike 1, and the count 0-1. David Quinn has had a propensity for giving up the long ball this year. Not something he's had necessarily in his career, but that's the 7th home run already surrendered by Quinn this season, and that does tie him for the most in the league. There's a swing and a miss by Balcom, and the count even at 1-1. Actually, check that. It's 0-2. So here's the line, the 2-strike pitch, and just missing outside is Quinn. Balcom wouldn't bite. On the bait for the Raptor fisherman, David Quinn. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Balcom. He's from Florida State, just like the Provo starting pitcher tonight. The 1-2 fouled off. Balcom was taken 8 rounds ahead of Provo starter Daniel Davidson. Balcom was selected in the 5th round. He was drafted as a junior. Had a solid season for the Seminoles this year. The 1-2 pitch missed in the dirt to even up the count. Balcom batted .327 with 9 home runs and 45 driven in for Florida State this year. Seminoles lost to Texas, and so Texas advanced to the College World Series. Florida State did not. There's a line drive towards the gap at right center. Cutting it off is Xavier Paul. The runner's going to try for second anyway. He is so safe at second. Oh, my goodness. The throw definitely beat him. The base umpire, Tim Dodd, apparently said the tag was not applied in time. And Juan Gonzalez is incensed. He cannot believe that runner is going to be safe at second base. From here, it sure looked like he was out. Boy, that is a tough David Quinn and the Raptors. Well, Balcom's going to get a double out of it, and that will bring up Warner Madrigal. My, oh my. Balcom almost didn't even slide. It was a last-minute thing. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball missed outside to Warner Madrigal, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Madrigal had a monster night last night, going 4 for 5 with 3 doubles and a home run. Pushed his season average up to .327. One to the belt, and the 1-0. Bouncer foul down the third base line, evens it up at a ball and a strike on Madrigal. He was signed in 2001 out of San Pedro de Macorís, the Dominican Republic. Now has 4 home runs and 15 RBIs. The 1-1 pitch fouled off on the right field side. So Quinn ahead in the count 1-2 on Madrigal with Blake Balcom at second and no one out in the second. Provo picking up where they left off yesterday when they had 8 doubles and 4 homers. Tonight they have 1 of each. The 1-2 pitch bounced foul. Third base side up into the stands and then deflects right back onto the field. To the railing, and Tom Kochman, the Provo manager, give it to a youngster there in the third base side. 1-2 remains the count on Warner Madrigal, handed batter against the left-hander Quinn. And the pitch. That one's also fouled off. It remains 1-2. Brandon Wood waiting on deck for Provo. The Angels are one of the more feared offensive teams in the league. They lead the Pioneer League in doubles, home runs, and walks. Pretty scary combination. Here's the 1-2. And a ground ball foul on the third base side. Still 1-2 on Madrigal. By the way, Raptor shortstop Chin-Lung Hu will be out of action for at least 2 weeks. Took a line drive off of his throwing hand last night. There's a rocket right into the Provo dugout that nearly took off the head of some of his teammates. Warner Madrigal swinging late on the pitch from Quinn. And that one just did hit above the dugout and bounced back onto the field. Now the the Angels ducking behind the screen in front of the dugout, just in case. Here's a 1-2 pitch. And that one's golfed foul. Still 1-2. Provo leading 1-0 here in the top of the second. Malcolm at second base, and the count still 1-2 on Warner Madrigal. Lynch sets up down the middle. Here's the stretch, the pitch, and a looper towards center. Ball started back, now races in. He'll make the catch, and Malcolm has to hold at base. So Xavier Paul grabs the liner off the bat of Madrigal, and with 1 on and 1 out, the number 7 hitter Brandon Wood steps up. Wood made his Pioneer League debut last night, and it was a memorable one. He went 2 for 6, including a double and a 2-run homer. Wood was batting .240 in the Arizona Rookie League before joining Provo last night. Quinn to the belt. First pitch swinging is Brandon Wood, and he bounces it foul toward the Provo dugout. 1 strike to count. Wood has terrific size, 6'3", 185. He was taken as the 23rd overall pick in this year's draft out of Horizon High School, which is in Scottsdale, Arizona. Brandon had some amazing numbers for Horizon High. Here's the stretch from Quinn, and the 0-1. Bouncer towards third. Castillo looks the runner back to second, comes to first base in time, and there's 2 away in the second inning. So after surrendering a leadoff home run to Bobby Wilson, and then Blake Malcolm got a line drive double toward right center, Glenn has gotten Madrigal to fly out, Wood to ground out. So with 2 away and a man at second, the number 8 hitter Ryan Kenning comes up. Kenning batted cleanup yesterday, but went 0 for 6. And so it's been dropped down to the 8th spot for tonight's game. Quinn checks the runner. Here's the pitch. And a line drive towards right center. Past the leaping Lorene at second. That'll score the run. And the throw gets away, but not far enough for Kenning to advance. So he singles to center to drive in his 23rd run of the season. And Provo has taken a 2-0 lead. Now the 9 batter, Aaron Peale, comes up. That's your ordinary number 9 hitter. Aaron Peale batting .321. 3 home runs and 17 knocked in. Plus he has 8 doubles and a triple this year. He's been pretty good. The pitch outside, 1-0. Two runs, 3 hits for Provo. Ogden was scoreless in their half of the first inning, so it's 2-0 Angels. Here's the pitch. Foul ball straight back to the screen, and it evens up 1-1 on Aaron Peale. Peale, 6 foot 190, a right-handed batter from Seminole, Texas. So Quinn checks the runner at first, and now the 1-1 pitch. Right down the middle, but a little bit low. And so the count now goes to 2-1 on Aaron Peale. Well, Quinn had a 1-2-3 first inning. But Bobby Wilson led off the second with a homer, then Blake Malcolm doubled. 2 outs later, Ryan Kenning singled him home. Here's the 2-1 to Peale. Outside for ball 3. So Quinn struggling a bit here in the second. Raptors got behind last night 14-1 before they started to get it going offensively. Quinn will look the throw to first, and Kenning back safely. Ryan Kenning has not attempted a stolen base, and Provo just doesn't steal a lot of bases as a team. They're dead last in the league with 12 flights, and they've been caught 7 times. The stretch to 3-1, and a foul ball straight back runs the count full on Aaron Peale. 3 balls and 2 strikes. yesterday went 3 for 5 from that 9 spot. That included a leadoff home run in the 5th inning last night. In fact, he missed the cycle by only a triple. 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. That'll put runners at first and second with 2 away. For folks, we are back up and running on the internet now, so you can email me or instant message me. Ogden RG is the instant message, or if you want to email, it's ogdenrg@aol.com. Right now, Tim Kelly out on the mound talking to David Quinn, trying to settle him down a bit here in the second. Provo has runners at first and second with 2 away, and now back at the top of the lineup for Reggie Willits. Been a rather long inning for Quinn, and so Tim Kelly also probably wanting to give David just a little bit of a rest here. It's so hot today at 96 degrees. And even though it was a little bit warmer yesterday, I find that kind of hard to believe. It seems like it was hotter today than it was yesterday. The stretch in the pitch. Fastball down the middle, and it's a call strike on Willits. 0-1 the count. Raptors come in 5 games behind Provo and essentially have to win out the next 9 in order to claim the first half title. The 0-1, a chopper foul down the third base line, and it's 0-2 now on Willits. Meanwhile, Provo has to win just 4 more, and they clinch the first half. No balls, 2 strikes on Reggie Willits. The stretch from Quinn in the pitch, and it's grounded right back to the mound. Quinn will take it himself and toss to first. That retires the side. But 2-run score on 3 hits, no errors. Provo leaves 2 men on. We'll go to the bottom half of the second. It's the Angels 2, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Summer is here, bringing 2 of America's favorite pastimes, baseball and barbecuing. Snyder's Family Meats is proud to help you and your family enjoy both by offering the fullest selection of meats for the barbecue, including a wide variety of marinated chicken, beef, and pork. And don't forget the finest steaks to be found. Snyder's is a proud sponsor of your Ogden Raptors, so get out and enjoy all the season has to offer. While you're out, make the stop at Snyder's Family Meats, located at 4421 Harrison Boulevard, right at the entrance of the new McKay-D Hospital. Snyder's Family Meats, celebrating 20 years of our family serving yours.
Got legal trouble? Need a lawyer? Call Kelly Carden, attorney at law. You've seen the sign, you've heard the name, you've listened to the recommendations, you've wondered about his phrase. If it were me, I'd call me. Kelly Carden, attorney at law. If you're injured, call Kelly Carden. If you're arrested for a DUI, call Kelly Carden. Kelly Carden, 627-1110, 627-1110. Kelly Carden, attorney at law.
Bowman Kemp is a proud sponsor of our hometown Ogden Raptors. Bowman Kemp has been fabricating and supplying steel to the Washington for over 30 years. Are your window wells filling up with unwanted water, leaves, and debris? Bowman Kemp now has a full line of grates and plastic covers that can provide safety while keeping your window wells clean. Bowman Kemp for your steel needs. And watch the Raptors base runners go for great steals. Go Raptors! Raptors!
Luis Castillo will lead off the bottom of the second for the Raptors. Ogden now trailing 2-0 as Provo got a home run from Bobby Wilson. Then Blake Balcom doubled and scored on a base hit by Ryan Kenning. So it'll be the middle third of the Raptor lineup here in the second inning against Daniel Davidson. The lefty winds his first pitch to Castillo as a fastball inside, 1-0 the count. Castillo batting .323, 3 home runs, 16 knocked in, leads the ball club in all 3 categories there, and awaits the 1-0. Ball 2 inside. Castillo had a stretch when he homered in 3 straight games, the last 2 against Idaho Falls here in Ogden, and then the first game of the series at McDermott Field. The 2-0 from Davidson. Big swing and a miss by Castillo runs the count to 2-1. Davidson threw a changeup there on a 2-0 count. And Castillo unable to connect. So here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's down and in to make it ball 3. Castillo yesterday went 0 for 3, so he did reach on an error. And waits the 3-1. Swinging away, fouls it straight back off the fist. And the count runs full now, and the Raptors third baseman. Jeff Comfort due up next, then Mike Lynch. And if anyone reaches, Ryan Carter. Provo 2, Ogden nothing. Peale, the big right-handed hitter, awaits the 3-2 pitch, and he takes it low and inside for ball 4. Davidson issues his first walk of the game, and that'll bring up Jeff Comfort. Davidson doesn't walk many. He'd issued only 4 free passes in 28 innings. Coming into the second tonight. So here is Jeff Comfort. Jeff made his return to the lineup last night after missing a few games with an injury. And there's ball 1 outside. He was stepped on a play at first base by an Idaho Falls Padre player. And he was stepped on just above the ankle. Really tough spot. He was barely able to walk that first night. But so those painkillers really help out. And by the final game there in Idaho Falls, he was at least able to take batting practice. Then he came on the air with me and did a fine job as a color guy. There's the 2-0 pitch. Up and in. Takes one next to the ear. And the count runs 3-0 on Comfort. Davidson a little wild here in the second. Walked the leadoff man Castillo. And now is falling behind on Comfort 3-0. Comfort batting .297, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, and the 3-0 pitch is a called strike to make it 3-1. Jeff yesterday batting in the 6th slot, went 0 for 4, though he did not get a run with a ground ball in the 9th inning. Takes ball 4, low and outside. That'll put runners at first and second with no one out. So the tying runs on base. And Mike Lynch coming to the plate. That'll draw a visit from the pitching coach, Vernon Ronan. Vernon Ronan jogging out to the mound to talk to his starter. As Davidson has walked 2 men here in the second and had only 4 walks in his first 6 starts. So the familiar cry of leave him in, take him out here, echoing at Lindquist Field. And another good size crowd tonight. The Raptors come in leading the league in average attendance at 3,647. They lead Billings by about 100 fans a ball game. We did some research, and the Raptors should get their 1 millionth fan towards the end of next season. That'd be kind of fun. That includes the time spent at Serge Simmons Field. Mike Lynch tries to bunt, and he bunts foul for strike 1. So we already have some ideas in the works about what we'll do for the millionth fan next year. One thing we definitely ought to make them do is the 6th inning drag. 2 on, no one out here in the second. Ogden trailing 2-0, but Mike Lynch at the plate. He's been hitting the ball very well lately. Lynch has raised his average to 237. No homers, but 7 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. Squares around again, and this time gets it down in front of the plate. The catcher Peale throws to first in time, and a perfect sacrifice bunt from Mike Lynch. Actually bunted for a couple of base hits in the last week. So Lynch this time gets the sacrifice. So Castillo moves to third, Comfort goes to second, and now Ryan Carter comes up with a chance to tie the ball game. A single should do the trick. Ogden trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Ryan Carter, 4th on the team with 12 RBIs. Awaits the first pitch, and he has it foul for strike 1. Carter hitting .289, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Tied for the team lead in doubles with 9, and also has a triple. No balls and a strike. Davidson comes set. Here's the pitch. Bouncer foul down the third base line, and Carter quickly behind in the count 0-2. Provo will play the Raptor right field the opposite way toward right, leaving a good-sized gap in left center. A base hit there scores 2 for sure. The 0-2. Bouncing it foul is Carter to stay alive. Luis Castillo and Jeff Cuthbert drew back-to-back walks to start out this inning. Mike Lynch laid down a sacrifice. So now both base runners in scoring position with only one out. Here's the 0-2 to Carter. Curveball missing, no one away, and it brings the count to 1-2. Juan Gonzalez waiting on deck. So Ryan Carter try and bring home a run or two here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch grounded just foul down the third base line, and it'll remain 1-2. In fact, it very nearly hit Luis Castillo at third base, and that would not have been a good thing. Meanwhile, Carter broke his bat, so he'll grab a new work glove here, and that gives us a chance to remind you that this Raptors broadcast brought to you by the Union Square Project on historic 25th Street in downtown Ogden. Enjoy urban living with shops, clubs, and restaurants on 25th Street. So Carter steps in with a new stick. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third, 1 out. And the pitch. Line towards center field. Reggie Willits waits underneath to make the catch. That is deep enough to score a run, and Jeff Cuthbert will hold at second. So the Raptors on the board. It's now 2-1. Ryan Carter, the sacrifice fly to drive in his 13th run of the season. The Raptors get one of the 2 runs back, and now Juan Gonzalez steps up to score the second one. Gonzalez hitting with Jeff Cuthbert at second, and 2 away. Provo 2, Ogden 1. Gonzalez pops one foul on the right field side of that play, and it's 0-1. Gonzalez starting at shortstop tonight for the injured Chin-Lung Hu. Gonzalez batting .222, no home runs, 5 knocked in. Davidson for the stretch, and the pitch. Liner towards center. Willits coming in on this one. He gets there in time, and that retires the sign. But the Raptors get a run on no hits, no errors. 1 man left. We'll go to the top half of the third. It's Provo 2, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
The Timber Mine Steakhouse invites you to come in and enjoy an evening of dining at the mine. The unique atmosphere of an old mine complements the fabulous food. They specialize in prime ribs, steak, seafood, and chicken. They're open every evening at 5 p.m. Barbecue nights are on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Reservations are taken for groups of 10 or more. Phone 393-2155 or visit the Timber Mine at www.timbermine.com.
If you could build your dream home, what would you want? A spa in your master bathroom? How about a beautiful chef's kitchen? Oh, whatever your idea is, Buckley Homes can take you there. Whether this is your first home or your dream home, we can help. We also remodel, finish basements, do concrete flat work, and residential or commercial framing. It all starts with just a phone call. Just dial 771-4164 or log on to buckleyhomes.com. Buckley Homes, because Buckley is better.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field, top half of the third inning. Ogden trailing Provo by a score of 2-1. David Quinn will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Provo lineup. Howard Kendrick, Matt Brown, and Bobby Wilson. A couple of finals in the major leagues today was the Twins over the A's 9-4. Doug Mitkevich had a home run for Minnesota in that one. That was the Yankees over the Indians, 7-4. David Wells got the win. He improves to 12-3 on the year. And also in the American League, it was the Rangers downing the Devil Rays, 7-3. Howard Kendrick leads off for Provo here in the third inning. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Angels, 1 run, no hits for the Raptors. Kendrick bounced out the third his first time. Now Quinn winds. Here's his first pitch, and he takes ball 1 outside. David Quinn staying away with his fastball tonight. He's in this top half of the lineup. Here's the 1-0. Liner right to second. Scooped by Dominique Loreen. And there's one away in the third inning. It was a dying low-line drive, and Loreen had to backhand it with the webbing of his glove just touching the dirt. So a fine play by the Raptors second baseman. And Dominique really played well at second defensively. When that comes around, he'll be a fine player in the Dodger organization. So 1 out, no one on, and now Matt Brown steps up with Provo leading the Raptors 2-1. First pitch to Brown is a fastball. Letter high down the middle, makes it 0-1. Brown also grounded a third his first time tonight, so he's 0 for 1. And the one-strike pitch from Quinn. Hopped him up into shallow center. At second base, Dominique Loreen calls everyone off. He'll make the catch a few steps back into the outfield grass. So a line out to second, a pop out to second, and it brings up the man of the hour from Provo, Bobby Wilson. Wilson homered the opposite way over Raptor Ridge in right center his first time. It was his first of the season. Though Wilson put up big-time power numbers in junior college at St. Petersburg College. He was the Florida JUCO Player of the Year in 2002. There's a pitch to him, up and in with the fastball, and it's 1-0 on Wilson. He has the kind of size where you'd think he would have power. It's 6'2", 215 pounds. Now he lines one to second, one hopper, backhanded by Loreen. The throw to first in time, and it's the Dominique Loreen show in the third inning. 3 up, 3 down. Loreen records all 3 out. We'll go to the bottom half of the third, with Provo leading the Raptors by a score of 2-1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
There in Utah, can you find the best steak voted 7 years running? At the Ruby River Steakhouse, that's where. Ruby River offers USDA choice steaks, prime rib and barbecued rib, pasta, fish, and chicken. We also offer our own handcrafted brews. Lunch, dinner, bacon. All we ask is that you come hungry. Ruby River Steakhouse is located at 4286 Riverdale Road in Ogden. Or give us a call at 622-2320. Ruby River, what a steak ought to be.
Are you thinking about remodeling your home, adding a bay window, skylights, updating your kitchen or bath, or maybe even adding square footage? Whatever your ideas, Guy Wilkins Construction can make it happen. We have over 30 years of experience making your home improvement dreams come true. For free estimates and references, call 731-1041. That's 731-1041. Guy Wilkins Construction. No job is too large or too small. We do it all, and we want to be your general contractor.
Ryan Petrata back with you at Lindquist Field in Ogden. Bottom of the third inning, the Raptors trail the Provo Angels by a score of 2-1. The 9-1 and 2 batters for the Raptors will face left-hander Daniel Davidson here in the third. It'll be Dominique Loreen, Alejandro Diaz, and Jeremy Millen. Then if anyone reaches, Xavier Paul. The Raptors without a hit tonight, but they do have a run. Daniel Davidson issued back-to-back walks to start off the second. And then the Raptors played small ball, getting a sacrifice bunt and a sacrifice fly to score their first run of the night. So it's 2-1 Provo, and Dominique Loreen leads off for the Raptors here in the third. Dominique has his first hit as a Raptor last night against Provo. It was a double down the third baseline. And he takes a fastball strike just underneath the armpits. No balls and a strike. Loreen now 1 for 12 on the season. Full roller to third, picked up by Matt Brown. The toss across the diamond is in time, and Loreen retired for the first out in the third inning. And now we go to the top of the lineup for Alejandro Diaz. Diaz grounded out to first his first time up, left-handed batter. Sitting here with 1 out and the base is empty. Ogden down by a run. A couple more finals in the American League was the Royals over the Mariners 5-1. So Kansas City remains on top by 6.5 games in the AL Central. And it was the White Sox downing the Tigers 6-2. The 1-0 to Diaz takes a curve inside, and it brings the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Diaz has had a tough time against Provo. Just 1 hit in 12 at-bats against the Angels. The hitters count here, and the 2-0 misses low and in for ball 3. Last night, Alejandro was 0 for 4, though he was hit by a pitch and scored a run. He takes a called strike, brings the count to 3-1, with 1 away in the 3rd. Davidson winds, 3-1 pitch, and that's inside for ball 4. So with 1 out, Davidson issues his 3rd walk of the night, and it brings up Jeremy Miller. Davidson has almost doubled his season walk total. He had just 4 walks in his first 6 starts, but tonight already has 3 bases on balls. So it's a speedy Diaz at first. Jeremy Millen steps up. Davidson comes set, and he'll throw to first. Diaz just gets back in time. Alejandro has 10 stolen bases to lead the ball club. He's been caught just 3 times. And those 10 steals are good for 3rd in the league. He'll draw another throw from the left-hander Davidson. Again back safely. Boy, Helena has been stealing bases like crazy. Gilder Rodriguez has 13. Terry Troffoltz has 12. And they're the 2 players ahead of Diaz in the stolen base race. There's a pitch up and in on Jeremy Millens to count 1-0 on the Raptor left fielder. Millens was caught out on strikes his first time. There's a toss to first, and again Diaz back safely. 1 on, 1 out for the Raptors here in the bottom of the 3rd. We're on a warm, relaxing Saturday night. Glad you could join us for a baseball game here in Ogden. There's a pop foul on the right field side, and it evens up at 1-1 on Jeremy Miller. Jeremy hitting about .350 in this series with Provo. 1 triple, 2 RBIs. Just trying to get on base here in the 3rd and start a rally. 1 on, 1 out. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball left side. Played at 3rd by Brown. Goes to 2nd for 1. Back to 1st in time for a 5-4-3 double play. That'll end the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, but no one left. We'll head to the top half of the 4th inning. It's Provo 2, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1660 KXOL.
For more than 50 years, Hone Oil Company has been locally owned and operated, serving the Ogden community. That tradition continues today with great service and quality Conoco products. Grease, oil, gasoline, on and off-road diesel, kerosene, and solvents. For great service, selection, and Conoco quality, come to Hone Oil Company on the southeast corner of 20th and Wall Avenue in Ogden.
In baseball, the catcher protects home plate, helping the home team win. When it comes to your home or office, you win with the protection you get from Alert Alarm. They're proud to provide all your security needs. They specialize in residential and commercial systems, including burglar, fire, and video cameras. Serving all of the Provo area, Alert Alarm is #1 in customer service. So call them today at 802-0707. That's Alert Alarm. Find them in your Provo Yellow Pages.
Ball players will tell you the only way to make the All-Star team is to give 100%, 100% of the time. Why expect anything less from your auto repair shop? The professionals at CompuTune are Provo's foremost and friendliest automotive specialists. From routine oil changes to major overhauls, you'll appreciate the attention to detail and courtesy in every job they do. That's CompuTune, your complete automotive service and repair center. Give them a call at 374-0775. They're the All-Stars of the auto repair industry.
Top half of the 4th inning, Provo leading Ogden 2-1. David Quinn stays on the hill and will face the 5, 6, and 7 batters in the Provo lineup. David Quinn had a pretty good ball game tonight. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the 1st and the 3rd. Made a mistake to Bobby Wilson on a home run. And then Provo manufactured another run, so they lead the Raptors 2-1. There's Blake Balcom. He doubled into center his first time. Was nearly thrown out at second base, however. Well, he'll lead off the fourth. Here's the windup from Quinn. And the pitch on the way. Outside for ball one. David Quinn has walked one, struck out one. That strikeout was the first batter he faced tonight. Reggie Willits back in the first inning. The 1-0. And that'll be a called strike. Letter high down the middle, evens it up at 1-1. The Orioles doubled up the Angels tonight, 8-4. Sidney Ponson the win to improve to 13-5. Bouncer left side. That's going to be knocked down at short by Gonzalez. But no play for Balcom at first. He gets a base hit. That's one. It doesn't matter who's in short. Going to have a tough time getting the batter out. That was hit deep in the hole behind third. Gonzalez had to backhand it. And then he actually kind of kicked it away from him as he knocked the ball down. And it hit his foot as he was running back that way. But the way his momentum was carrying him, I thought he had no chance of getting Balcom. So now Warner Madrigal grounds the ball to first. Backhanded by Cuthbert, goes to second for one. Back to first. And that is in time with David Quinn covering first base. It's a 3-6-1 double play here in the fourth inning. Good job by Jeff Cuthbert to start the double play. And a heads-up job by David Quinn to get over there to first and cover the bag. 2 outs, bases empty, and now Brandon Wood comes up. Wood grounded out to third his first time, so he's 0 for 1 tonight. The pitch from Quinn catches the outside corner, 0-1. Quinn starting off nearly every hitter with an outside fastball, and that time was able to drop it in against Wood. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Now it's 0-2 on the Provo shortstop. Talking to James Stewart about the home run that Wood hit off of him last night, and James said he's never seen hands that quick, especially on such a young kid. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will retire the side as David Quinn strikes out Wood. No runs, a hit, no errors, and no one left. At the end of 3.5 at Lindquist Field, it's Provo 2, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
There's nothing like the feeling of hitting the road on a motorcycle. The wind in your hair, the sense of freedom. Sounds great, doesn't it? At Carey's Cycle Center in Riverdale, they can help you experience that feeling for yourself. They specialize in the sales and service of Yamaha motorcycles as well as ATVs and snowmobiles. Stop by and see them at 4450 South 700 West in Riverdale, or visit the website at careycycle.com. Carey's Cycle Center, a proud sponsor of Raptors baseball.
Science Bank gives you the home team advantage with 150 branches in Utah and Idaho, many with extended Saturday and evening hours. Science Bank has what it takes to be your full-service bank, offering a complete array of deposit and loan services, a variety of trust, investments, and insurance options. Whether or not you bank with Science, call or visit your nearby branch today for a free personalized 10-point checkup. Science Bank, we haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. An equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You're listening to Raptors baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
Welcome back. We're in the bottom half of the fourth inning. The Ogden Raptors trailing the Provo Angels by a score of 2-1. Daniel Davidson stays on the hill. He'll face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Raptor lineup. So to start things off is Xavier Peale. 2 runs, 4 hits for Provo. 1 run, no hits for the Raptors. And Xavier Peale takes ball 1 underneath his hands. Raptors have walked 3 times tonight, and that is accounted for their only run. The 1-0, and Peale rips one foul down the first base line to even it up at a ball and a strike. Raptors had back-to-back walks in the second. Luis Castillo was advanced to third on a sacrifice bunt and then scored on a sacrifice fly by Ryan Carter. Xavier Peale lifts one toward left field. Blake Balcom chasing after it. but that one's going to reach the third tier of bleachers down the left field line until the count runs 1-2 on Xavier Paul. Luis Castillo due up next, then Jeff Cuthbert, and if anyone reaches Mike Lynch. Raptors looking for their first hit of the night. And also for the tying run to get on base here in the fourth inning. 2-1 Provo, 1-2 the count on Paul. And he swings through a curveball for strike 3. There's one away in the fourth. Second strikeout for Daniel Davidson, and that will bring up Castillo. One out, no one on. Ogden trailing by a 2-1 score. Two National League finals to pass along to you. The Astros defeated the Reds 9-8 today. Lance Berkman for Houston had 2 home runs. Here's Castillo for the Raptors, takes a wicked hack, and he swings through the pitch, 0-1. Braves over the Mets, 7-4. Russ Ortiz the win, and John Smoltz his 35th save. Here's the 0-1. Castillo takes a strike at the knees to bring the count to 0-2. The Giants got past the Rockies 5-3 today. Jason Schmidt the win to improve to 10-4. Sean Chacon took the loss for Colorado. Yoda the breaking ball that stayed outside. Well, the Giants won and the Dodgers lost. Cardinals defeated the Dodgers 3-1 today. 1-2 pitch up over the shoelaces of Castillo, and that'll even the count at 2-2. Kevin Brown allowed only 1 run in 6 innings, but the Dodgers still couldn't muster any offense today. They fall to St. Louis 3-1. 2-2 pitch, chopped foul, and it remains even on Castillo. The Cubs shut out the Marlins 1-0. Kerry Wood went the distance and allowed only 2 hits. He did have 5 walks, but he struck out 8. So Kerry Wood gets his 10th win of the year. 2-2 pitch, grounded to third. Matt Brown will get the pickup. The throw across the diamond is in time, and there's 2 outs in the fourth. Provo leading 2-1, 2 outs, no one on base, and now the Raptor number 5 hitter, Jeff Cuthbert, comes up. The Brewers shut out the Pirates 1-0 today. Former Ogden Raptor, Ben Sheets, threw the shutout in that one. He went 7 innings, scattering 7 hits, and also had 7 strikeouts. Here's Comfort, bounces 1 foul down the third base line, and it's 0-1. So you see, Raptors today, Major Leaguers tomorrow. Ben Sheets has probably been the best Raptor come out of Ogden. There's a change missing outside. Evens the count on Comfort at 1-1. Jeff today drew a walk back in the second inning, so no official at-bat. Now he grounds one up the middle, deflected off the pitcher, and Comfort is going to have an infield hit. Knocked it off of Daniel Davidson. And so Comfort gets his first hit of the series, and it's the Raptors' first hit of the night. Coming with 2 outs in the fourth, and that'll bring up Mike Lynch. Lynch also does not have an official at-bat tonight. He laid down a sacrifice bunt in the second inning. It was a beauty. Perfect sacrifice bunt for Lynch. And the pitch to him. Missed outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Mike's a happy man this weekend. His mom and his girlfriend are in town. Drove down from Chicago. So we're happy to have them in attendance tonight. The first pitch to Lynch. Missed inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Mike did not play yesterday, but he had 3 RBIs in the final game in Idaho Falls. The 1-0 missed outside, 2 balls, no strikes. So a good hitter's count here. Lynch was just 1 of 8 in the series in Provo, but is starting to come around offensively. He'll take a strike, and the count goes to 3-1 now. So the right-handed batter Lynch digs back in against the southpaw Davidson. Here's the 3-1. And Lynch bounces one just found down the third base line, and the count runs full. Good idea. Just a few inches foul down the left field line. Otherwise, he would have had extra bases and might have even scored Jeff Cuthbert all the way from first. Depends on how quickly the left fielder Balcom had gotten to that ball. Still 3-2, 2 outs. Cuthbert leads off first. He'll be going on the pitch, and here it comes. And it's a line drive into right field. Nearly took the head off of Cuthbert, but Jeff advances to third, and Lynch has a base hit. So back-to-back singles for the Raptors here in the fourth inning. It was a good spot to place the ball by Lynch. And though you have Jeff Cuthbert going on 3-2 with 2 outs. So you also know that's going to open up the hole between first and second. Lynch took it the opposite way to get his first hit of the series. So the Raptors have runners at the corners with 2 away. Vernon Roden, the pitching coach, back out to the mound to talk to Daniel Davidson. And they'll leave him in, take him out, refrain, echoes in the background. And now we're ready to go as Ronan goes back into the dugout. So Ryan Carter, the batter, he has driven in the Raptors' only run of the night. Had a sacrifice fly his last time up in the second inning. So he's still batting .289, 3 home runs. That's tied for the team lead. And 13 RBIs is 4th on the squad. At third, Lynch at first, 2 outs. Here's the stretch in the pitch. And Carter takes it down and in for ball 1. A fine save by Bobby Wilson behind the dish. Prevents Cuthbert from scoring from third on the wild pitch. The top of the 10th, the Phillies and Expos are tied at 3. The 1-0 to Carter, laced foul down the left field line. Had a good stroke on it, but a little out in front, so the count evens at 1-1 on the Raptor right fielder. Carter had a terrific series in Provo, batted .429 against the Angels. 6 hits, 14 at-bats. Now he grounds one foul down the third base line to bring the count to 1-2. Some action starting in the Provo bullpen. Daniel Davidson trying to get through the 4th as a right-hander gets up in the Angel pen. The right-hander is Aaron Pullen. So ball 2 strikes on Ryan Carter. The Raptors have the tying run at third with 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Oh, a called strike 3 and a horrible call. That'll retire the 4th inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Just 2 men left. We'll go to the top half of the 5th. It's Provo 2, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1660 KXOL.
In baseball, speed around the bases is crucial. And the same is true when it comes to your internet. SurfUtah.net offers all types of dial-up and high-speed internet connections, starting at only $14.95 per month. Compare that to AOL or MSN, and you're saving 40%. SurfUtah.net can get you connected at home or at work. Call toll-free 888-860-SURF. Low flat rates and fast unlimited access. It's all yours when you surf the net with SurfUtah.net.
In a pinch for dinner, Garcia's Mexican Restaurant is the fresh tradition in Mexican food. Make a short stop to Garcia's and enjoy a great dinner in Garcia's comfortable southwestern atmosphere. Dinner is a hit at Garcia's with all your Mexican favorites like sizzling fajitas, crispy chimichangas, tasty enchiladas, big burros, and crunchy tacos. Garcia's Mexican Restaurant, 1075 North Hillfield Road in Layton, next to the Layton Hills Mall. Got it!
Hours perfecting the skills it takes to become a champion. At A1 Driving School, they take that approach in teaching new or nervous drivers how to perform safely behind the wheel. A1 Driving School teaches students to understand the limitations of their vehicle and how to react safely in pressure situations. So keep a champion's driving record and protect your insurance rates. For professional instruction, call A1 Driving School at 393-4116. That's A1 Driving School.
Welcome back. We're in the top of the fifth inning. Ogden trailing 2-1. A tough called third strike on Ryan Carter ended the Raptor threat in the fourth. Again, this broadcast brought to you by our friends at the Union Square Project on historic 25th Street. You can walk through a Raptor game from your new Union Square townhome. Models are open daily, so just come by and visit. Or for a personal tour, contact Dan Cottle at 603-6877 or Chris Jensen at 475-MOVE. So leading off the fifth inning for Provo is the number 8 batter, Ryan Kenning. They'll be followed by Aaron Peale and Reggie Willits. Raptors down by a run. David Quinn stays on the hill. Here's the windup and is pitched to Ryan Kenning on the way. Left-handed batter swings and misses, and the count's 0-1. Even though it's 96 degrees at game time, David Quinn wearing the long sleeves underneath his jersey. The Dodger blue sleeves. There's a high drive deep to right field. Back goes Ryan Carter. That one's going to be off the fence. Rounding first, heading for second is Kenning, and he's in diving with a double. So Kenning 2 for 2 today. And a leadoff double here in the fifth brings up the number 9 batter, Aaron Peale. Quinn, though, he's from Arizona, so the heat probably doesn't bother him as much as it might others. Quinn from Somerton, Arizona, and was drafted in the 7th round in 2001 out of Cibola High School. So here's Aaron Peale. He drew a walk his first time, so no official at-bat. This time he takes a called strike, and it's 0-1. Ryan Kenning at second, no one out in the fifth. 2 runs, 5 hits for Provo, 1 run, 2 hits for the Raptors, and neither team with an error. Quinn checks the runner, the 0-1. And there's a hit deep to left. Back goes Jeremy Millens to the warning track to the wall, and that one is gone. It's now 4-1 Provo. Aaron Peale has his second home run in as many nights, and that gives him 4 on the season. So an inauspicious start to the fifth inning. A leadoff double by Ryan Kenning, and then a home run by Aaron Peale has given Provo a 3-run lead here in the fifth. Angels on top of the Raptors, 4-1, and now back to the top of the lineup and Reggie Willits. First pitch to Willits is going to plunk him right between the shoulder blades, and he goes storming out to the mound, and that's completely uncalled for. Tom Kochman, the manager, coming over to pull his player away. Hey, you know, that's what happens when a guy hits a home run off you, especially that's the 6th home run of the series. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hit the next batter. That's just good old-fashioned baseball. But Reggie Willits didn't like it, and so he charged the mound. He didn't rush out to the mound. Otherwise, it might have started a brawl here. But now Travis Barbree, the Raptor manager, going to go out and settle down David Quinn. Well, I don't have a problem with that at all. I think it was on purpose, but that's just good hard-nosed baseball. And after seeing 6 home runs fly out of the ballpark, I think it's about time someone got hit. Shows that you care. Yeah, something to get this team fired up. So tip my cap to David Quinn. I'm all in support of that pitch. He wasn't throwing at his head. He hit him square in the back, so it wasn't a dangerous pitch by any means. That's just good, hard-nosed baseball. So now Howard Kendrick comes up with Willits at first and no one out. And he misses with ball 1. Also to give these Angels something to think about now. There's Kendrick, who's hitless in 2, grounded out and lined out. Now the stretch, and he'll throw to first. And he throws it away, gets away from Cuthbert. Reggie Willits is going to advance to second, and he'll hold up there on the errant throw by David Quinn. First error of the night for the Raptors, and it puts Willits in scoring position with no one out here in the fifth inning. The adrenaline probably running a little bit higher in Quinn right now. Like he threw one down and away from Cuthbert. Advance the runner to second. Now he fires one high and outside. Nice stop by Lynch. And the count goes to 2-0 on Kendrick. No one up in the Raptor pen. They're going to let David Quinn pitch himself out of the jam here in the fifth. Provo leading the Raptors by a 4-1 score. So that could change in a moment as Tim Kelly, the Raptor pitching coach, makes a short walk out to the bullpen. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Down and in for ball three. The runner trying to advance to third. The throw is not in time. And that'll be a pass ball on Lynch. So Willits goes to third. He was hit by a pitch, went to second on a wild pickoff throw, and then to third on a pass ball. So now Kendrick a chance to bring home a run with a man at third and no one out. Raptors will play with the infield in, trailing 4-1 in the fifth. 3 balls, no strikes on Kendrick. Here's the pitch. And it's inside ball 4, so that'll put runners at first and third with no one out. So now the number 3 batter, Matt Brown, comes up with runners at first and third and no one out. Expos and Phillies now in the 11th inning, tied at 3. Think of a battle going on there. He has a home run for Philadelphia in that ball game. 4 runs, 6 hits for Provo, 1 run, 2 hits, and an error for the Raptors. Here's the stretch, the pitch, and a strike call in the outside corner. It's 0-1 on Matt Brown. Brown grounded out to third in the first inning, popped out to second his last time up in the third. David Parker warming up in the Raptor bullpen here in the 5th inning. The 0-1 to Brown. That'll sail outside and even up the count. And a ball and a strike. For the Raptors in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be Gonzalez, Lorene, and De Aza. Provo scored twice in the second. The Raptors scored once in the second. And the Angels have added 2 more here in the 5th, and they continue to threaten. The stretch from Quinn, the 1-1 to Matt Brown. That's laced into left field, but foul. And so the count goes 1-2 now on the Provo third baseman. Raptors infield now playing back. They'd like to turn 2, and they'll give up a run to do so. Home runs by Bobby Wilson and Aaron Peale in this ball game have helped Provo to their 4-1 advantage. One and two, the count on Brown. The stretch and the pitch. Low and in. And now the runner at first will advance to second. Howard Kendrick goes to second. Well, Kendrick will get the stolen base there with runners at second and third. No one out. So they get out of the double play opportunity. And now the Raptors again will bring the infield in with the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slight breeze blowing in from right field tonight, helping to cool things off a touch here at Lindquist Field. 2-2 pitch, and Brown takes ball 3 in the dirt to run the count full. So an anxious Raptor crowd looking on here. 4-1, Provo leads. They have runners at second and third with no one out, and a full count on the number 3 hitter, Matt Brown. Glenn gets a sign from Lynch. Here's the stretch. And the 3-2. High fly ball to deep right center. Going back is Carter. He will make the catch. Tagging at third is Willits, who will score. And he makes it 5-1 Provo. Holding at second was Howard Kendrick. So Matt Brown with the sacrifice fly to right. The first out of the inning. Brown drives in his 26th run of the season. 5-1 Angels, and now the cleanup hitter Bobby Wilson comes up with 1 out, and Kendrick at second base. Raptors and Angels conclude the series tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Pre-game show at 3:50, and we will be here on 1660 as well as on 1280 The Sports Zone tomorrow. So if you have any problems with the internet broadcast tomorrow, you can always go to 1280's website. There's a ground ball left side that'll sneak between third and short and into left. Holding at third is Kendrick. And so Wilson is 2 of 3 tonight, and Provo has runners at first and third. Still only 1 out. Now Blake Balcom comes up. Travis Barbary striding out to the mound, and that might do it for David Quinn. And Travis looking at the base umpire, trying to give him the signal, and he will go ahead and make the change. So the pitching change, sponsored by our friends at AOL. If you're looking for a change in careers, AOL is the spot to go. We'll be back right after this. We're in the top of the 5th. It's Provo 5, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1660 KXOL.
This may seem like a silly question, but have you heard of AOL? Have you ever worked for AOL? Well, maybe you should, because AOL is unlike anything anywhere, especially when it comes to member retention. We devote a whole department to helping all 18 million members receive the best service. This means you and our employees get to help every member some way, somehow. That's perfectly incredible. You know what else is incredible? The way we treat our employees. This isn't just a call center. This is an area of expertise, so isn't it fair to say that you'll need some internet experience, or at least an attitude of love to learn more about it. Basic Windows and communication skills are required. Phone 1-877-AOL today, or visit our website at AOL.com/careers. Member retention consultant opportunities, an equal opportunity employer.
Still in the top half of the 5th inning, Provo has scored 3 runs here in the 5th and leads the Raptors 5-1. David Parker now into the ball game, and he will face Blake Balcom with runners at first and third and only 1 out. Parker, formerly a starter, now coming out of the bullpen. And he's come out of the bullpen all year. Sorry, it's Chad Bailey, who's was the former starter, but Parker 1-0, a 4.5 ERA in 8 games. David in 14 innings has allowed only 10 hits, 7 runs, and walked 8 while striking out 7. Opponent's batting only .204 against this big right-hander. David Parker, 6'4", 225 pounds, a 19-year-old from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Parker's been one of the more solid performers out of the bullpen this year. So right-handed pitcher coming in to face the right-handed hitting Blake Balcom. Balcom 2 for 2, a single, a double, and a run scored tonight. So Parker comes in. Here's the stretch and his pitch to Balcom. It's a fastball up and in for ball 1. And Parker may not have gotten the correct signal from Michael Lynch there. Might have had a little mix-up. It appears to have things straightened out, and so digging back in is Blake Balcom. Howard Kendrick is at third. Bobby Wilson is at first. There's 1 out in the 5th. Ogden trailing by a 5-1 score. So Parker gets the sign, the stretch, the 1-0, and a big swing and a miss by Balcom, and the count evens at 1-1. He went up into the attic and found nothing but cobwebs. So the count evens at a ball and a strike. Someone forgot to toss the rosin bag out there. Either that or David Quinn took it with him. Well, now they get it back out. Kind of needed on a night like tonight, 96 degrees. A double, a home run, a hit batter, a walk, and a single has given Provo 3 runs here in the 5th. And still threatening with men at first and third and 1 out. The 1-1 pitch from Parker is skied into shallow right. Charging in is Ryan Carter. He will make the catch. The runner tags. Here comes the throw. It will be offline, and Provo leads it 6-1. So Balcom gets a sacrifice fly to right. Driving in his 16th run of the season. Scores Kendrick from third. By the way, holding at first was Bobby Wilson. So now with 2 outs, Warner Madrigal comes up. Madrigal had the big day yesterday. So far tonight, he's 0 for 2 as a flyout, and he's grounded into a double play. Parker to the belt. Here's the pitch. And a fastball high and inside on Madrigal makes the count 1-0. 4 runs across this inning for Provo as the Angels now lead the Raptors 6-1. The 1-0 to Madrigal. Found straight back, evens it up at a ball and a strike. Then a special 4 o'clock start time tomorrow afternoon. Edgar Ahumado will throw for the Raptors. And then Casper comes into town starting on Monday. 4-game set with the Rockies. The 1-1 pitch. Down and in on Madrigal. Runs the count to 2-1. On Monday night against Casper, it's Hall's Fruit Freezers night. Free samples for the crowd. Tuesday is BYU Idaho night. On Wednesday, you can pick up free general admission tickets at any Ogden area America First Credit Union. There's a swing and a miss, so for the first time tonight, we have the deuces wild here in the 5th inning. Let's shake those rally caps and help David Parker out of the 5th. Balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a man on first for Provo. The Angels already leading 6-1. Parker gets the sign. Here's the stretch and the 2-2. Just missed outside for ball 3 and a full count now. So Madrigal steps back in with a full count and 2 away. They will not hold Bobby Wilson at first as he'll be going on the pitch. And here it comes. Curveball swung on and missed, strike 3. And that retires the side. 4-run score for Provo on 3 hits, 1 error. They leave a man on. We're halfway through the contest. It's the Angels 6, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Building a contending baseball team means recruiting the best possible players and coaches. It's much the same when it comes to construction work. Construction specialist and stock building supply Roy will make sure that your home is built to the highest standard. For major league craftsmanship and minor league prices, log on to constructionsspecialistlc.com or give them a call at 801-731-1054. Construction specialist and stock building supply Roy. The right.
When you're looking for something special for summer lunches, Wonder Bread and Hostess Cakes will hit a home run. Kids ask for Hostess snacks with cream fillings they love. Twinkies, cupcakes, ho-hos, fruit pies, fresh donuts. Hostess stands for fun. And make that special sandwich with soft, fresh slices of Wonder Bread or home fried bread from your local hometown baker. Wonder Bread and Hostess Cakes, a winning combination.
Full-service lube and castor oil. QuickFit Full-Service Lube and Roy features complete automotive and lube service for your car and castor oil for your vehicle's protection. They may not be the fastest, but you can be assured that their service is the best. Why trust your car to anyone else? Stop by QuickFit Full-Service Lube at 4852 South 1900 West in Roy, next to Tunex. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do everything but the dishes.
Brian Petrata back with you at Lindquist Field, bottom half of the 5th inning. Ogden now trailing 6-1, and the southpaw Daniel Davidson will stay on the hill to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Raptor lineup. There is action in the Provo bullpen, but Davidson will try and get through the 5th if he can keep his pitch count down. Raptors got a couple of runners on last inning, but Davidson struck out Ryan Carter to retire the side. Now Gonzalez grounds 1 to 3rd. Matt Brown picks it up, guns to first in time, and there's 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, and that will bring up Dominique Lorene. Lorene's had a fine defensive night. Grounded out to 3rd. Out the 3rd inning tonight, so he's hitless and 1 at the plate. Dominique now 1 of 4 in the series. It's a wind to pitch, and Lorene takes it low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Another great crowd on hand tonight here at Lindquist Field. Just keep supporting this ball club even through these tough times. There's a called strike, and the count moves to 1-2 now on Lorene. Even though the Raptors have never won a Pioneer League championship, led the league in attendance for several years now. There's a swing and a miss, and they count 1-2 on Loreen. Last year was just phenomenal. The Raptors averaged over 3,300 fans a game. A foul ball, straight back, 1-2. That easily led the league as the Raptors drew a franchise record 126,700 fans. The 1-2 bounced foul down the third base line. So far, the Raptors on pace to break that record. And Ogden has broken their record every year except for 99. They had only 35 dates that year. There's a pitch low and inside, and so it evens at 2-2 on Dominique Loreen. One out, base is empty in the fifth. Here's the pitch. Loreen takes it low and inside for ball 3, and now the count full on the Raptors' second baseman. Raptors this year are averaging better than 3,600 a game. Full count. And a ground ball down the third base line. A fair ball into left field. Loreen rounds first. He'll head into second. And he has a one-out double. So Dominique Loreen is second hit for the Raptors. And it's his second double. They're showing a little more life tonight than they did yesterday. The Raptors seem to be mentally into this one a little bit more than they were in yesterday's contest. They try to fight back from a 6-1 deficit. So Loreen at second with one away, and now Alejandro Diaz comes up. First pitch to him is low and outside for ball 1. Diaz grinded out in the first inning. He walked his last time up. And awaits the 1-0 from Davidson. Fouls it straight back, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. We're in the bottom of the fifth. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Provo. For the Raptors, 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error. The 1-1 pitch to Diaz. Breaking ball, and it's popped up third base side. Matt Brown, a couple of steps in foul territory, makes the catch, and now there's 2 away. So Diaz fouls out. And it's up to Jeremy Millens to bring home the run for the Raptors. Meanwhile, Aaron Poland continues to warm up in the Provo bullpen. So here's Millens, who's hitless in 2, but Jeremy's had some big hits for the Raptors this year. And the first pitch to him is a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Jeremy seems to thrive situations with runners on base, and especially with 2 outs. And key hits for Ogden in the first month of the season. In fact, we're a month and 2 days into the 2003 campaign. Hard to believe the first half is almost done. Just 8 more games in the first half after tonight. There's a high drive into right field, well hit, but back goes Madrigal to the warning track. He makes the catch, and that retires the side. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, and a man left off. We'll go to the top half of the 6th inning. It's Provo 6, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
A team can't win games without the right head coach. The coach is there to advise players every step of the way. The same is true in life. If you've been injured due to the fault of someone else, you need the right advisor to help you every step of the way. Osmond Law Office PC is a group of dedicated legal professionals committed to helping you recover what is rightfully yours. For legal advice on personal injury, remember Osmond Law Office PC. That's Osmond Law Office PC. 745-9492.
Need an escape from the hustle and bustle of city life? It's time to consider Bandana Ranch. Located between Strawberry and Starvation Reservoirs, you can play with your ATVs and snowmobiles on more than 18,000 acres of beautiful mountains. 5-acre recreation lots are available now, starting at $15,000. Call 888-476-5515 for more information. So leave the city behind and reserve your spot now at Bandana Ranch.
Hitting a 98-mile-per-hour fastball is a challenge few of us get to face. If you're looking for a challenge this summer, visit Ernie Schneider's golf courses with locations along beautiful Riverside and Riverdale, and Ernie Schneider's Bluff and West Point. They're paradises for golfers, featuring group and company tournaments, driving ranges, pro shops, and lessons to help you fine-tune your swing. Ernie Schneider's Riverside and Ernie Schneider's Bluff, open year-round. Find out more about them in the Utah Book of Golf.
Top half of the sixth inning, Ogden trailing Provo by a 6-1 score. David Parker stays on the hill and will face the bottom third of the Provo lineup. David came on in the fifth and retired the only two batters he faced. We'll try to continue that trend here in the sixth inning as well. Raptors broadcast brought to you by your realtor friends at the Welch Agency. We're offering all 2003 Raptor fans a free home warranty with any real estate purchase or sale throughout the end of this year. Just mention this radio ad when you call your realtor friends at the Welch Agency, 399-5883. That's 399-5883. Step up to the plate with the Welch Agency and let the #1 real estate team bring you home. Hitting off for Provo here in the sixth is Brandon Wood. He takes ball one from David Parker. Wood, the first-round pick of the Angels. And he hammers one high and deep to left. Back goes Millens into the corner, and that will be a foul ball, one hopping off the wall. So it count evens at 1-1 on Brandon Wood. Well, he swung a good bat in this series, but that hasn't always been the case in the career for Wood. In fact, as a freshman at Horizon High School, they would DH for him, not the pitcher. So they wondered if his bat would come around, and I'd say it did his senior year this past season. Brandon batted .504 with 20 home runs. There's a called strike, and it's 1-2. In fact, Wood finished just 2 home runs shy of the state high school record this year. So I'd say he came around. Waves at strike 3, but it gets away from Mike Lynch and goes into the Provo dugout. So safe at first is Brandon Wood on the wild pitch. So Parker gets the second strikeout, but another bad break for the Raptors as Wood reaches on the wild pitch. Isn't that kind of a series for Ogden? Not much has gone right for the Raptors. Now here's the #8 hitter, Ryan Kenning. Kenning 2 for 2 tonight. Stretch the pitch, and Kenning takes the fastball high, 1-0. Raptors have had a lot of tough breaks at home. Just 4 and 8 at Lindquist Field this year. By contrast, they're only 8 and 9 on the road. They're about 500. There's a pop fly into shallow left. In fact, the third baseman, Castillo, going into foul territory, will make the catch. And now there's one away. So Kenning fouls out to third, and with one out, the #9 batter, Aaron Peale, comes up. Peale had a home run yesterday, has one tonight. He drew a walk back in the second inning, so Peale now with 4 home runs and 19 RBIs. And he's had a tremendous series with 4 hits in 6 at-bats. The stretch, the pitch, and a breaking ball. This is low and outside, 1-0 on the Provo DH. Peale, an 11th round selection in 2002 out of Seminole, Texas. Awaits the 1-0, and a fastball strike on the outside corner evens up the count. Reggie Willits waiting on deck unless the Raptors can turn 2 here in the 6th. Ogden trailing by a 6-1 score. The 1-1. And a bouncing ball left side. Castillo goes to second for 1. Over to first as it's time for a 5-4-3 double play. That'll retire the side in the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. A strikeout and a wild pitch, but no one left on. So we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's Provo 6, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Someday, our Ogden Raptor players hope to make it big in the major leagues. At Ogden Blueprint, you can make it big, too. As Ogden's premier large copy specialist, we can make virtually any copy big. We're talking up to 4.5 feet wide by any length. Whether it's poster-sized copies for meetings and displays, signage, banners, copies of artwork, we can make it big for you. Black or white, full color, it's your choice. If you want your big copies laminated and mounted, we can do that also. Let our seasoned professionals give you the personalized service you expect. Come in today. We'll help you make it big. We're right across the street from the Lindquist Field on the corner of 24th and Lincoln in downtown Ogden.
Hey, fans, how many times have you worked hard all day just to come home and face the chore of making dinner? And why not let the Village Inn do the cooking tonight? Dining out is fun, economical, and a great way to spend quality time with the family. That's the Village Inn, everybody's favorite place to dine. Stop by their newly remodeled facility in Ogden at 322 East 12th Street, or visit them in Roy at 1780 West, 5600 South. The Village Inn. Good food, good feelings.
Bottom half of the sixth inning at Lindquist Field. Ogden trailing Provo by a 6-1 score. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Raptors against a new pitcher here in the sixth inning. Aaron Pullen has now taken the mound for Provo. Pullen making his 9th appearance of the year, and he's been very steady out of the bullpen for the Angels this season. Pullen, no record in 8 games, an ERA of 2.84. In 19 innings, he has struck out 12 and walked 3. So Xavier Paul digs in. Xavier 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out and struck out. First pitch to him is a check swing, and it missed up high. 1 ball, no strikes. Paul, Castillo, and Comfort here in the sixth. And if anyone reaches, Mike Lynch. Opponent's hitting just .254 against Aaron Pullen, the right-hander. The 1-0. Missing a little bit high on Paul, makes it 2 balls and no strikes. Aaron Pullen, 6'3", 200. He was signed as a free agent this year out of the University of Texas, Arlington. He's from Midland, Texas. 2-0 pitch. Half foul, makes it 2-1 on Xavier Paul. Pullen, a 22-year-old right-hander. Pretty good size. Don't think that the Raptors faced him in Provo. No, they did not. So this is their first time seeing the right-hander this year. Xavier Paul leading off the sixth inning with a 2-1 count. Pullen lines and deals. And it's low and in for ball 3. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Provo. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Raptors. Provo is one of the league's best road teams. They are 9-6 away from Larry H. Miller Field. In fact, they're only 8-6 at home. The 3-1. High chopper foul down the first base line. And so the count runs full on Paul. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Both these ball clubs are better on the road than they are at home. The Raptors have played a few of the toughest teams in the league at home. Billings, Great Falls, and now Provo. Full count on Xavier Paul, leading off the 6th. And he hammers one high and deep to right. Back goes Madrigal to the warning track into the corner. It's a foul ball, and the count remains full. Boy, Xavier Paul thought he had his 2nd home run of the season. But the wind is blowing in from right, and that knocked it down a little bit and blew it foul. Well, most nights, the wind is blowing out to right field. And in that case, probably would have been a home run for Xavier. So we'll try it again. 3-2, and the pitch to Paul. Claps it foul. That was an outside fastball, and Xavier Paul thought it was too close to take, so he swatted it off and remains alive in the count. The Expos and Phillies now in the bottom of the 11th, still tied at 3. Pretty good ball game going on there in Philadelphia. Here's again the payoff pitch to Paul, and he swings and misses for strike 3. Late on the fastball. And Aaron Pullen strikes out the first batter he faces to bring up Luis Castillo. Castillo, the big right-handed hitter, 0 for 1 tonight, though he drew a leadoff walk in the second inning and scored the Raptors' only run to this point. Castillo grounded out to third his last time up. First pitch, a curve and a called strike, 0-1. Let's say the Raptors had over 3,700 in the ballpark last night. It looks like they should eclipse that this evening. There's a line drive and a base hit in the left center field. A one-out single for Xavier Paul, and that will bring up Jeff Cuthbert. Again, the fans of Ogden give themselves a big pat on the back, even after a 15-6 loss to their rival. The fans keep coming out and supporting baseball here in Ogden. The top of the third, the San Diego Padres lead the Arizona Diamondbacks 1-0. There's a pop foul by Jeff Cuthbert in the count 0-1. Former Missoula Osprey Lyle Overbay is batting for Arizona right now. Well, Lyle Overbay had one of the most phenomenal seasons in short season in the history of minor league baseball. Here's the 0-1, ground ball left side, diving at third is Brown, throws to second, but he throws wildly and into right field. Castillo goes to third, and Cuthbert holds it first. So it'll be a base hit for Jeff Cuthbert, but then an error on Matt Brown, which allowed Castillo to go to third base. So runners at the corners with one away, and now Mike Lynch comes up, hoping to get the Raptors back into the ballgame. Ogden trailing Provo 6-1. But now Lynch comes up with Castillo at third, Cuthbert at first, and one out in the sixth inning. Here's the stretch from Poland, the pitch, and Lynch swings and misses 0-1. Mike Lynch had a sacrifice bunt back in the second. Had a line drive single to right his last time up in the fourth. Crowd getting into it now, urging the Raptors back into the ballgame. But threatened with 2 runners on and 1 out. Lynch takes a curve and a called strike, runs the count 0-2 on the Raptor catcher. Now he calls time as Pullen goes into his stretch. No balls, 2 strikes on Lynch. Here's the stretch in the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Now there's 2 outs in the 6th inning. Pullen pulls the trigger for his second strikeout, and that'll bring up Ryan Carter. Well, Carter batted with runners at first and third and 2 outs in the 4th inning and struck out, so maybe you can turn the tide this time around, get a base hit, a couple of runs on the board for the Raptors. Cuthbert leads off first, Castillo off third, and Carter takes the pitch inside 1-0. In addition to the strikeout, Carter has a sacrifice fly tonight. So he's driven in the Raptors' only run tonight. The 1-0. Chopper, and it is a fair ball down the third baseline. That'll score a run. Cuthbert goes into third. They'll wave him around. Jeff Cuthbert racing home. Here comes the relay, and he is out at home. That'll retire the side, but the Raptors have made it 6-2. So Carter gets a base hit and an RBI. We'll be back with the 7th inning. Right after this, it's Provo 6, Ogden 2. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Like a good neighbor, State There is more than just a slogan to your local State Farm agent. It's a way of life. From supporting community events to serving your insurance needs, you can count on State Farm to be a good neighbor. For car, home, life, or health insurance, your State Farm agent always delivers affordable coverage that's backed by the good neighbor service that State Farm made famous. Call your local State Farm agent today. This Raptors broadcast is brought to you by your local State Farm agent, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
One of the most famous sing-along songs in the world is Take Me Out to the Ball Game. If you're looking for an easy, convenient way to add sing-along fun to your next event, call Music to the Max. They feature karaoke machines and a deep catalog of cassettes, CDs, albums, and DVDs. Make your next function a hit with Music to the Max. Give them a call at 776-1642 or stop by 763 West Antelope Drive in Layton. Music for birthdays, company events, and more. Karaoke is fun for all.
In this new millennium, corporate image is everything. First impressions are more important than ever. That's why more businesses are teaming up with Dingman Professional Printing. Dingman provides full-service printing and full-color capacity for both process and digital. They feature full design services for Macintosh and Windows and high-speed copying and bindery capabilities. For quality printing and superior service, call Dingman Professional Printing at 475-4708. That's 475-4708.
Welcome back. We are in the top half of the seventh inning. Ogden picked up a run, but Jeff Cuthbert was thrown out at home trying to score on a base hit by Ryan Carter. Carter, though, did drive in one. He scored Castillo from third, so now it's a 6-2 ball game. And David Parker will face the top third of the Provo lineup. Well, we have a final now from Philadelphia. The Phillies scored in the bottom of the 11th inning to beat the Expos 4-3. The Phillies desperately trying to stay in the race for a wild card spot. There's Reggie Willits leading off the seventh, and he fouls the pitch straight back, 0-1 the count. Willits 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch his last time up and scored a run for Provo. Now the 0-1. High fly ball to deep right. Chasing after it is Carter. That one's going to be over his head, and a one-hopper off the wall. Now it gets away from him. Willits rounds second and will try for third. The relay will not be in time. And Willits is in with a leadoff triple here in the seventh. Willits actually might have been punked by the ball on the relay throw. They'll walk it off and be fine. So he's at third with no one out, and Howard Kendrick now comes up. Well, over 4,000 fans in attendance tonight, so another tremendous attendance night for the Raptors. Hoping to come back in this one. Here's the 0-1 with the infield in, and it missed high and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Howard Kendrick. And at third, Reggie Willits tripled to lead off the inning. Now the 1-1 to Kendrick, and it drops in for a strike to run the count 1-2. At Brown waiting on deck, and then Bobby Wilson to follow him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Parker to the belt, the delivery. Line drive and a base hit to left. That'll score a run. Provo gets it right back, and they go on top 7-2. Kendrick drives in his 12th run of the season. And now Matt Brown comes up. Well, that's a tough break because the Raptors picked up a run, got the lead down to 4. And now Provo has worked it right back up to 5, getting a triple and a single to start off this 7th inning. So it's 7-2 Angels, and the number 3 hitter, Matt Brown, digs in. There's a fastball down and away. 1-0 on the right-handed hitter. Brown a sacrifice fly his last time. He also grinded out and popped out tonight. The 1-0. Hot the outside corner and evens it up at 1-1. Raptors and Angels finish off this series tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Take the pregame show at 3:50. And they'll be simulcast on 1280 The Sports Zone. There's a called strike. And it runs the count 1-2 on Matt Brown. Edgar Ahumada will start for the Raptors tomorrow. Ahumada in search of his first win. He's 0-3 on the year. Parker steps off the rubber and looks Kendrick back to the bag. One and two on Brown. Parker gets the sign. And now the pitch. Curveball, and it missed up and in to even it up at 2-2. Other games today, Great Falls is in Missoula. The Osprey have won 5 straight ball games and are only 3 games out of first. But Brandon McCarthy is pitching for the White Sox tonight. 2-2 pitch. Hop foul, first base side. Casper is at Idaho Falls. Alberto Arias at 2-2 going for the Rockies. Alfredo Fernandez 0-1 taking the hill for Idaho Falls. And then rounding out the schedule, Billings at Helena. James Paduch 2-0 going for the Mustangs. Greg Klusterman, who is 2-0, will pitch for the Brewers tonight. 2-2 pitch. Popped up first base side and right. Lorene at second chasing after it. Makes the catch. One step in South Territory. And Kendrick has to hold at first. So there's one away that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Bobby Wilson. Wilson's had a fine night, 2 out of 3, including a leadoff home run back in the second inning. Was his first of the season for Wilson. So Provo up 7-2 in the 7th. We have a man on with 1 away. And Wilson digs in against Parker. Checks the swing, takes the curve for a strike. And the count 0-1. Quite a race in the North Division of the Pioneer League. Helena has a half-game lead over Great Falls. Billings only 1.5 out, and Missoula just 3 back. The Osprey have rattled off 5 straight wins to get back in the race. Everyone in the North at least 2 games over 500. Provo the only team over 500 in the South Division. They're tossed to first, and again Kendrick back safely. Provo 7, Ogden 2 in the 7th. No balls and a strike on Wilson, the stretch in the pitch, and he pops him up. That'll be into shallow center. Lorene takes a couple steps back at second, and he'll make the grab, and there's 2 outs in the 7th inning. So 2 away, Blake Balcom now comes up with the man at first. Brett Dowdy once again out of the lineup for the Raptors. He's nursing a shoulder injury and not sure when he'll be back in the lineup. It's a day-to-day deal for Brett Dowdy right now. He probably feels like he can go, but it's up to the medical staff for the Raptors to give him the go-ahead. There goes the runner. The pitch is a called strike. The throw to second is not in time, and Kendrick has his 2nd stolen base of the ball game, 3rd of the season. Kendrick at second with 2 out. And now Balcom facing an 0-2 count, I believe. Parker looks in for the sign. Here's the stretch, the delivery, and a curveball missed away for ball 1. Balcom 2 out of 2 had a sacrifice fly his last time. Also has a double and an infield hit tonight. Stretch in the pitch from Parker, and he missed down low for ball 2. 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Provo, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Raptors. 2-1 the count on Blake Balcom. Right-hander versus right-hander here, the stretch and the 2-1. Found straight back, so the deuce is wild. Let's break out those begging caps. David Parker begging for change here in the 7th. The runner at second and 2 away. Ogden trailing 7-2. So Balcom digs in. Parker comes set. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Climbed the ladder. And that's strike 3 for the final out of the 7th. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, the man left on. It's time for the 7th inning stretch with the Provo Angels leading the Ogden Raptors 7-2. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Sports fans, are you looking for a fun and exciting getaway this season? Then check out Utah Trailways. We feature Utah's newest bus fleet. We provide local and interstate charters to any destination for your group, club, or organization, as well as daily trips to Wendover. Why should you choose Utah Trailways? Well, The Raptors did, and you can too. Go with the companies that the Raptors go with. Utah Trailways, where quality makes a difference.
Have you visited the Raptors website? Log on to www.ogden-raptors.com for all the latest news and stats on your favorite Raptor players. Plus, backed by popular demand are the Raptor Reviews. Check in with Team President Dave Baggett and radio announcer Brian Petrata as they offer their unique takes on this summer's movies. Be sure to sound off on our message board, order Raptors merchandise, and participate in our fan polls. You can even purchase tickets online. Log on today at www.ogden-raptors.com.
You're listening to Raptors Baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
Welcome back. Brian Petrata with you following the seventh inning stretch. Ogden trailing Provo 2. For the Raptors here in the seventh, they'll have their 8, 9, and 1 hitters against Provo reliever Aaron Pullen. Here's the line to pitch. And Juan Gonzalez swings and misses for strike one. Gonzalez 0 for 2 tonight. Flew out to center back in the second. Grounded out to third his last time up. The 0-1. Takes a breaking ball for a strike at the letters, and it's 0-2. Talking to Juan today, he actually is friends with former Raptor Joel Alvarado. There's a looper toward right field, but Kendrick at second goes back and takes away a blue hit from Juan Gonzalez. One away in the seventh. That'll bring up Dominique Loreen. Joel Alvarado was here in 2001 and last season, but they knew each other from Puerto Rico. Played on the same team in Puerto Rico. Juan was noticing his baseball card today. Said, hey, we were friends. I knew him. There's Dominique Loreen with 1 out and no one on in the seventh. The Raptors trailing 7-2. Truly amazing how small of a world baseball can be. 1-0, swung on and missed, and it evens at 1-1. One time, I believe in the year 2000, when Russ Nixon was still managing for the Billings Mustangs, there was a called strike. Tough call against Loreen. Russ had either played with or coached about half the managers in the league. There's a ground ball to short. Brandon Wood comes up with it behind second, guns to first, and there's 2 away. Back to the top of the lineup for Alejandro Diaz. Usually is much less than 6 degrees of separation between the old-time baseball guys. A lot of turnover, or at least a lot of movement between teams among staff and players, not just free agency. Here's the 1-0 to Diaz, and it's grounded just foul down the first base line, and the count evens 1-1 on the Raptors' designated hitter. Diaz 0 for 2 tonight, grounded out in the first, popped out in the fifth. He also drew a walk back in the third inning. Here's the 1-1. Grounded. The third leaping his ground to take away the hop, and then he throws to first to retire Diaz, and the Raptors go down in order in the seventh. We'll head to the top of the eighth. It's Provo 7, Ogden 2. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1660 KXOL.
1950, the Ogden Clinic has been providing health care you've trusted. With over 40 healthcare professionals representing 16 specialties, we can take care of most of your health care needs. We offer full-service radiology, including bone density testing, CT and MRI scans, ultrasound, and mammography. We also offer a full-service accredited laboratory. We offer many specialties in our 4 locations: Harrison Boulevard Clinic, Canyon View Clinic, McKay D, and the Washington Boulevard Clinic. The Ogden Clinic is a proud sponsor of the Ogden Raptors.
Activities can be a powerful aid in bringing families together. By enrolling your youngsters in a youth activity, you're making a wise investment in your family's future. Layton Hills Baptist Church is proud to offer Wednesday night youth programs and Sunday night get-togethers. For information, call 544-2426. And be sure to bring the whole family to church on Sundays and join us in worship. That's Layton Hills Baptist Church, preaching and teaching God's Word in Jesus' name.
Top half of the 8th inning here at Lindquist Field. Ogden trailing Provo by a 7-2 score. It'll be Warner Madrigal, Brandon Wood, and Ryan Kenning for the Angels here in the 8th. And if anyone reaches Aaron Peale, David Parker stays on. He's pitched 3 2 tonight, allowed 2 hits and a run. So has several strikeouts on the night. So Parker's been pretty good out of the bullpen. And now he'll face Warner Madrigal leading off the 8th. Madrigal hitless in 3, flew out to center in the 2nd, hit into a double play in the 4th, and struck out his last time up. Now he hits a high bouncer. Parker, the pitcher, fields, throws to first, and it is not in time. Madrigal, an infield hit. Not much David Parker could do with that one. That was bounced a mile high into the air. Might have been best to try and let either Castillo at third or Gonzalez at short make that play, but neither one of them were really close enough where it would have made any difference. So Madrigal at first, no one out, and now Brandon Wood comes up. The sensational shortstop for the Provo Angels takes the fastball inside, 1-0. He's shown a good bat and been an excellent fielder. He also has a cannon of his arm at short. Looks like he has all the tools. There's a bouncer foul down the third base line. It's 1-1. And that's why they selected him in the first round this year. The stretch, the 1-1. And a breaking ball caught the inside corner at the knees on Wood. Brings the count 1-2. Brandon tonight is 0 for 3, has a ground out and a pair of strikeouts. So he reached first base. A wild pitch on strike 3, his last time in the 6th inning. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's one away in the 8th inning. David Parker records his 4th strikeout. And with 1 on and 1 out, the number 8 batter Ryan Kenning now comes up. The left-handed hitter, Kenning, is 2 out of 3 tonight. A single, a double, an RBI, a run scored. And this after an 0 for 6 night last night in the cleanup position, which dropped him down to number 8. There's a high fly ball into right field. Ryan Carter will trot in a few steps to make the catch, and heading back to first is Madrigal. So there's 2 outs in the inning, and now the number 9 hitter, Aaron Peale, comes up. Well, the series concludes tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Pre-game show at 3:50, and we will be broadcasting again on 1280 The Sports Zone. So if you have any problems with the internet link, there's a ground ball, base hit up the middle. Holding at second is Madrigal. Now he's going to try for third. Here comes the throw, and he's going to make it. Going into second was Aaron Peale. Xavier Paul a little bit slow getting to that one, and Madrigal did not hesitate to charge around third, and the throw one-hops Castillo at third. Peale gets a single and then goes to second on the throw. Anyway, as I was saying, if you have any problems with the normal live audio feed on the Raptor website tomorrow, you can go to the Sports Zone's website. And 1280 does broadcast online. We'll be back exclusively on KXOL for the Casper Series, and then again for the Provo Series starting next Friday. We will once again be back on 1280. So here's Reggie Willits. He slaps one foul for a strike, and it's 0-1. Runners at second and third, 2 outs here in the 8th. Ogden trailing 7-2. The top of the 4th in San Diego. The Padres lead the Diamondbacks 2-0. Adam Eaton throwing well for the Padres in that one. And there's a ball going to skip away from Mike Lynch. That'll score a run to make it 8-2 Provo. Looks like that one bounced in the dirt and got away from Lynch, so a wild pitch on Parker played Provo's 8th run of the night. And advancing to third was Aaron Peale. So 2 outs and a man at third, 0-1, or rather 1-1, the count on Willits. Here's the line in the pitch. This down low for a ball. Special treat to be on 1280. Big sports station out of Salt Lake City. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to first. Snagged by Cuthbert. He juggles it. Underhand toss to the pitcher. Does not get there in time. And an error on Cuthbert will allow another run to score. It now makes it 9-2 Provo. Nothing going right for the Raptors. Now Howard Kendrick comes up with a man at first and 2 away. 2 runs across in this inning has extended Provo's lead to a 7-run advantage. Here's Kendrick. He'll take ball 1 down and away. Mike White getting up in the Raptor bullpen. The left-hander starting to loosen. This is probably the last inning for David Parker. Parker's gone 3 2/3 of relief work tonight. Longest he's gone this year, so he may be starting to wear down a little. There's a strike on the outside corner, evens it up at 1-1. Parker to the belt, the 1-1 pitch. Down and away, 2-1 now. Well, again, such a great crowd tonight. Even though we're in the 8th with the Raptors trailing 9-2, they're sticking around much like they did last night. They just enjoy being at this ballpark. And why not? Oh, that one just missed. Hit the guy a break. 3-1 on Howard Kendrick. Chris Schultz pinching the zone on David Parker. There's a big swing, no contact by Kendrick, and the count runs full now on the Provo second baseman. Kendrick, 1 of 3 tonight, has a single, 2 stolen bases, a walk, a run scored, and a run batted in. The 3-2, and it's fouled off on the right field side. So a full count with 2 away and a man at first. Ogden trailing 9-2 for the Raptors in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Millens, Paul, and Castile, and if anyone reaches, Comfort. The payoff pitch. Hot shot, backhanded it short by Gonzalez, diving, throws it to first, and it is in time to retire the side. Terrific play by Gonzalez at short, and that ends the 8th inning. 2-run score on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 man left on. We'll go to the bottom half of the 8th. It's Provo 9, Ogden 2. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Craftsmanship. It's best defined as a job carefully seen through from beginning to end. At Eagle Eye Cabinets, we have a passion for craftsmanship. That's why loyal customers, including the Raptors, rely on Eagle Eye for their cabinetry. There's pride in workmanship and professionalism in every job we do. Need an estimate or design consultation? Just give us a call in Ogden at 399-1545. Eagle Eye Cabinets, proud to salute our troops fighting for freedom both at home and abroad.
Looking for a garage door opener? The Liftmaster belt drive garage door opener has the ultimate in features and performance. Exceptionally powerful, the heart of the 2580 drive system is its revolutionary belt, quiet as a whisper. For smooth running power and reliability year after year, and the good housekeeping seal of approval, it's Liftmaster garage door openers. Have Pioneer Door install a Liftmaster Model 2580 garage door opener for $249 and receive a free door monitor, a $69 value. Call Pioneer Door at 731-0621. Offer ends August 15th.
Welcome back. We are in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Ogden trailing Provo 9-2. Leading off the inning for the Raptors will be Jeremy Millen. He'll be followed by Xavier Paul and Luis Castillo. If anyone gets on, Jeff Comfort. Now in the top of the 4th, the Padres still leading the Arizona Diamondbacks 2-0. The only game left tonight. We have finals on the rest of our games in the American and National Leagues. Here's Millens. He takes a pitch up and in, 1-0. In the AL, the Twins defeated the A's 9-4. The Yankees over the Indians 7-4. Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 5-4 in 10 innings tonight. Rangers topped the Devil Rays 7-3. The Orioles doubled up the Angels 8-4. The Royals knocked off the Mariners 5-1, and the White Sox beat the Tigers 6-2. Millens lines one into center for a base hit, and he leads off the 8th inning with a single. First hit of the night for Millens brings up Xavier Paul. Xavier over 3 tonight, so he's looking for his first hit. In the National League, the Astros got past the Reds 9-8. The Braves over the Mets 7-4. The Giants on top of the Rockies 5-3. The Giants won, the Dodgers lost. Cardinals defeating the Dodgers 3-1 today. Cubs shut out the Marlins 1-0. Kerry Wood went the distance in that one and allowed only 2 hits while striking out 8. There's the 0-1 to Xavier Paul. He bounces one foul, and now he's down 0-2 in the count. In 11 innings, the Phillies escaped the Expos 4-3. The Brewers shut out the Pirates 1-0. Former Raptor Ben Sheets got the win in that one. And that is your Major League scoreboard for the night. Millens at first, no one out for the Raptors in the 8th, and Paul lines one into right field. Xavier Paul gets a base hit. Jeremy Millens will hold at second. Back-to-back singles to start off the 8th for the Raptors. Ogden trailing Provo by a 9-2 score. Mike White throwing in the Raptor pen, and now some action starting on the Provo side. So Aaron Pullen on the mound for Provo will now face Luis Castillo with the Raptors with 2 on and no one out. Here's the pitch. Hooking line drive up the middle of base hit. Rounding third, heading home is Jeremy Millens, and racing into third is Xavier Paul. The Raptors have made it 9-3. You hope it's not too little too late, and this can start a big rally for the Raptors. Runners at first and third, no one out, and Jeff Comfort coming to the plate. Ogden now within 6 runs, but that looks like the night is done for Aaron Pullen. Tom Kochman, the Provo manager, striding out to the mound, and he might have seen enough from Pullen in this 3rd inning of relief work. Kochman head down. Now he brings his head up and will bring in the pitcher for the bullpen. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. It's Provo 9, Ogden 3, but the Raptors threatening to come back here in the bottom of the 8th. Be back after this. You're listening to Raptors Baseball here on 1660 KXOL.
This may seem like a silly question, but have you heard of AOL? Have you ever worked for AOL? Well, maybe you should, because AOL is unlike anything anywhere, especially when it comes to member retention. We devote a whole department to helping all 18 million members receive the best service. This means you employees get to help every member some way, somehow. That's perfectly incredible. You know what else is incredible? The way we treat our employees. This isn't just a call center. This is an area of expertise, so isn't it fair to say that you'll need some internet experience, or at least an attitude of, would I love to learn more about it? Basic Windows and communication skills are required. Phone 1-877-AOL today, or visit our website at AOL.com/careers. Member retention, consultant opportunities, an equal opportunity employer.
And welcome back. Brian Petrano with you in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ogden has scored a run to pull within 9-3, and they have runners at first and third. out for first baseman Jeff Cuthbert. He'll be facing a new pitcher for the Provo Angels. It'll be Carlos Morban, who replaces Aaron Pullen after 2 innings. Pullen pitched the first 3 here in the 8th. He gave up 3 consecutive well-hit singles. So Carlos Morban comes in. He's 0-1 on the year, 1 save in 6 games. He has an ERA of 3.68. Morban has taught 7 1/3 innings, striking out 8 and only walking 1. He scattered 7 hits, allowed 3 runs on the year. So Jeff Cuthbert stepping up, trying to get the Raptors back into this one. Provo leading 9-3. There is still some action in the Provo bullpen. A submariner right-hander getting loose. So here's Cuthbert. Jeff 2 for 2 today with a walk. He's trying to come up with a big hit here. Runners at first and third, no one out. Here's the pitch. Fastball and a strike. And it's 0-1 on Cuthbert. Cuthbert now 4 for 14 in the series. And awaits the 0-1. Fouled off the fastball. Now he's behind in the count 0-2. Pretty good stroke at that one. But fouled it straight back to the screen. Matt Wilhite throwing in the Provo bullpen in case Morban cannot get it done. Here's the 0-2 to Cuthbert, and he skies one into center field. Reggie Willits drifting toward left. He will make the catch. The runner tags, and the throw will come in to second to hold Castillo there. So it's now 9-4. Cuthbert gets the sacrifice fly. And he brings home the run to pull the Raptors within 5. Now Mike Lynch steps up with Castillo at first and 1 away. Provo 9, Ogden 4. 1 out in the inning. Lynch the batter with Ryan Carter on deck. 9 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for Provo, 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Raptors. And time called by Lynch. So now he digs back in. Carlos Morban, the right-hander, bends in for the sign from Bobby Wilson. And here's the pitch. Fastball down and away, 1-0 the count. Morban has a live arm. He's 6'6", 185, out of the Dominican Republic, 20 years old. And Lynch swings and misses to even up the count at 1-1. In fact, Morban started out the year in the Midwest League with the Cedar Rapids Colonels, the low A affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. The 1-1 pitch, changeup, and Lynch swung through it, bringing the count to 1-2. Van fooled him a touch. Now it's 1-2 on the Raptor catcher. Luis Castillo at first. Provo will not hold him on with a 5-run lead in the 8th. And here's the 1-2. Swinging and a miss, strike 3, and that'll retire the side. 1 away, rather 2 away now in the 8th. And it brings up Ryan Carter. Carter 1 of 2 tonight. He's driven in 2 of the Raptors' 4 runs. And he hits down with Luis Castillo on first base with 2 outs, and Ogden trailing 9-4. Morban gets the sign, and his first pitch to Carter is a fastball, and it misses down low, 1-0 the count. This is the kind of pitcher Ryan Carter probably feels a little better batting against. Seems like all he's seen is curveballs for the last 3 weeks. Morban comes with pure heat. And there's a high chopper, and that's going to make it into left field. Castillo holds at second, and Ryan Carter has his second hit of the night. So runners at first and second with 2 away, and it brings up Juan Gonzalez. So the Raptors with 10 hits tonight, Provo with 11. But the Angels have outscored the Raptors 9-4. So Juan Gonzalez steps up for Ogden with runners at first and second and 2 away. Gonzalez in a nasty slump right now, just 2 hits in his last 23 at-bats. And the pitch to him. Low curve in for a strike, and it's 0-1. But he crossed up Bobby Wilson. Gonzalez hitless in 3 tonight. Has a fly out, a ground out, and a pop out. Trying to get a base hit here. Should score. Castillo from second with 2 outs in the inning. 9-4 Provo. Here's the stretch from Morban, the 0-1, and that sails high with the change. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. Raptors scored once in the second, once in the sixth, and have 2 runs here in the eighth. The 1-1. Fastball missed outside. Good eye by Gonzalez. Provo, meanwhile, scored twice in the second, 4 times in the fifth, had 1 in the seventh, and 2 more in the eighth. 2 balls and a strike on Gonzalez. The stretch for the right-hander in the pitch. Fouled it off, swinging late on the fastball. So the deuce is wild. Let's break out those Vegan caps again here in the eighth. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 runners on. The Raptors trailing by 5 in the bottom of the eighth inning. Orban gets the sign. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pulled him on the changeup, and that retires the side in the eighth inning. But the Raptors get 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors. They leave 2. We go to the top half of the ninth. It's Provo 9, Ogden 4. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Far a team goes in a season depends on the coach. It's his job to make the right decision every time. If you're deciding on the right loan program for your home, contact Day Financial Services. They help working Americans realize their goals and the dream of home ownership. For fast approvals and no hassles, call 773-4468. Apply over the phone for a new purchase, refinance, or debt consolidation. That's 773-4468 for Day Financial Services in Roy, coaching you in the right direction.
The Heart Center at Ogden Regional has earned 5-star ratings from Healthgrades, an independent, nationally known firm. A 5-star rating means Ogden Regional is ranked in the top 15% of hospitals in the nation for cardiology and heart surgery. Ogden Regional is also rated #1 among all Utah hospitals for overall cardiac services and for heart valve surgery. Ogden Regional is also proud to be recognized as one of the top 100 hospitals in America.
Top half of the ninth in Ogden, the Raptors trail the Provo Angels 9-4. Mike White now into the ball game for the Raptors. The left-hander will face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Provo lineup. Well, Mike White taking the mound. He's 6'2", 215 pounds out of Clearwater, Florida. 19th round selection in 2002. And Mike White, still only 20 years old. Whitey, or Blanco, which is Spanish for white, that's another one of his nicknames, is 0-1 on the year. He does have a save and an ERA of 7.36 in 7 ball games. White has thrown 7 1/3 innings, striking out 8, walking 4. Also tossed 5 wild pitches. White had a bout of wildness his last time out. That was on Thursday in the Raptors' 11-9 win over Idaho Falls. He was in the middle of that big mess in the late innings when the Raptors were trying to close it out but couldn't seem to throw a strike. White had 3 wild pitches in that one. So leading off the ninth for Provo is Matt Brown. He'll be followed by Bobby Wilson and Blake Balcom, and if anyone reaches, Warner Madrigal. 9-4, Provo leads in the top of the ninth. So White into the lineup. Here's his first pitch to Matt Brown. A curveball goes high and away, 1-0 the count. Brown 0 for 3 tonight, though he had a sacrifice fly back in the 5th inning. He's popped out to second twice and grounded out to third once tonight. 1-0 on Brown. The stretch the pitch and a ground ball, base hit between third and short. Matt Brown leads off the ninth with a single, and that will bring up Bobby Wilson. Wilson 2 out of 4 led off the second inning with a solo home run. Had a base hit in the fifth. He's also grounded out to second and popped out to second. So the pitch to Wilson on the way, and he fouls it off to the right field side. 0-1 the count. The Raptors welcome Cuthbert to town on Monday night. First, they finish off the series with Provo tomorrow at 4 o'clock. It will be simulcast on 1280 The Sports Zone. And back to regular programming Monday night, 7 o'clock contest against Cuthbert. Starts the 4-game series with the Rockies. Ogden swept the series in Cuthbert and is hoping to have similar success at home starting next week. There's a 1-1 to Wilson. He'll take a called strike, and it's 1-2 now. 9 runs, 12 hits, an error for Provo. 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Raptors. The 1-2. And a bouncer towards third. Charging as Castillo goes to second for 1. Over to first, and that one will not be in time. But they do get the lead runner at second. And Wilson reaches on the fielder's choice. So there's 1 away in the ninth. And now Blake Balcom comes up. Balcom's had a good day. An infield hit, a double, a sacrifice fly, and a run scored. Balcom's had a terrific series. 5 out of 8 now against the Raptors in these 2 games. He was not with the Angels when the Raptors played down in Provo at the beginning of the season. It was a bender and the ball low and in on Blake Balcom. 1 ball, no strikes on the right-handed hitter. Mike White missed a little bit of time with a mild injury. Came back on Thursday night in Idaho Falls. Was the first time in 2 weeks that he pitched. And he looked a little rusty, but been a little more sharp tonight. There's a called strike on Balcom, and the count evens at 1-1. Bobby Wilson at first with 1 out in the ninth. The 1-1 pitch to Balcom. Swing and a miss makes the count 1-2. Raptors in the ninth will have Dominique Lorene, Alejandro Diaz, and Jeremy Millens as they try to come back in this one. White steps off the rubber. They will not hold Wilson on at first, as Provo owns a 5-run lead in the ninth. Here's a stretch in the 1-2. Outside, evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the Raptors' sparkling 4-1 record on Saturday, about to take a hit tonight. This Ogden has a big bottom half of the ninth coming up. It's a 2-2 pitch. Inside, runs the count full. I'll look for anything right now. Raptors thumped yesterday 15-6, and today down 9-4. Swinging and a miss, strike 3. Blake Balcom goes down swinging, and there's 2 away in the ninth inning. Mike White gets his first strikeout. Now Warner Madrigal comes up with a runner at first and 2 outs. Madrigal a little quieter today. Yesterday, he had 4 hits, 3 doubles, and a home run. Tonight he's 1 for 4. He led off the 8th with an infield single and scored a run. All but 2 Angels have crossed home plate tonight. Aaron Peale and Reggie Willits have each scored twice. First pitch swinging as Madrigal. He swung through the pitch and it sneaks away from Lynch. Advancing to second is Wilson. A pass ball on Lynch. Now he has a quick word for Mike White, but be ready to go here quickly. No balls and a strike on Warner Madrigal. Here's a stretch, the 0-1. Madrigal takes a called strike 2 at the knee. Madrigal, 6'215". He's out of the Dominican and having a terrific season. 4 home runs, 8 doubles, 15 RBIs, and a .327 batting average. The 0-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. That'll retire the side in the ninth. Mike White strikes out the last 2 batters he faces. So last chance for the Raptors. It's Provo 9, Ogden 4. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Savon Sporting Goods proudly supports Raptors baseball. Savon is locally owned and a hometown dealer that gets behind its local baseball team. Located at 4099 Riverdale Road, Savon Sporting Goods specializes in men's and women's team sports. So cheer for the Raptors with Mark and Mike Rubin, then pay a visit to Savon Sporting Goods at 4099 Riverdale Road. Savon Sporting Goods, the friendship of those we serve is the foundation of our progress.
For great baseball performance, you couldn't do better locally than the Raptors. And for outstanding banking performance, you couldn't do better than Wells Fargo, where you'll find a full range of financial products and personal service you deserve. Wells Fargo is proud to support this community. Drop by and talk to your local Wells Fargo banker today. Wells Fargo, the next stage. Wells Fargo Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back. Bottom of the ninth inning. It's 9-4. Provo leading the Raptors, so Ogden has their last chance here against Carlos Morban. It'll be Dominique Lorene, Alejandro Diaz, and Jeremy Miller. So one more game in the major leagues. They're now in the top of the 5th inning in San Diego, and the Padres continue to lead the Diamondbacks 2-0. Well, in this one, the Raptors need at least 5. They scored 2 runs last inning in the 8th, had single runs in the 2nd and the 6th tonight. Provo scored twice in the 4th, 4 times in the 5th, 1 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th. The Angels have gone deep twice tonight. Home runs by Bobby Wilson. His first of the year, it was a solo shot. And Aaron Peale, a 2-run home run in the 5th inning. That was his 4th of the year. So Dominique Lorene leading off the 9th. He doubled back in the 5th inning, so he's 1 for 3 this evening. Carlos Morban comes set. Here's the pitch. A fastball a little bit high, 1-0 on Lorene. Dominique, 2 out of 6 in this series. Both hits have been doubles down the third baseline. And those are his first 2 hits of the season. 1-0, swings late, and it evens up at a ball and a strike. 9 runs, 12 hits, an error for Provo. 4 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors for the Raptors. And the 1-1 to Lorene. Swings late again, and it's 1-2. Had a pretty good cut at that one. But he came up empty. One ball, 2 strikes on Lorene. Morban going exclusively out of the stretch, steals the pitch. It's a called strike 3 away here in the 9th inning. Morban has struck out 3 of the last 4 Raptors he's faced. And that will bring up Alejandro Diaz. So if the score holds, then Provo would improve their record to 18-12 and bring their magic number down to 3 to clinch the first half title. The pitch to Diaz, called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Diaz hitless in 3 tonight. He takes the ball inside, and that evens it up at 1-1. Diaz has a couple of ground outs and a pop out. He did walk back in the 3rd, but that's the only time he's reached base tonight. The 1-1 pitch coming up, and a 2-hopper to short. Picked up by Brandon Wood. He guns it over to first, and that cannon of an arm retires Diaz. So there's 2 away in the 9th inning. It's all up to Jeremy Willits. The Raptors down to the last out, trailing 9-4 in the 9th. Millens 1 out of 4 tonight, led off the 8th inning with a single, and he scored a run. Yeah, had over 4,000 in attendance tonight. In fact, 4,102 at Lindquist Field. And Probably 90% of them stuck around for this ninth inning. There's a fastball down and away, and it's 1-0 on Millen. City so much wants to see the Raptors do well. And the Raptors want to do well for the city. Hasn't been in the cards so far this year. There's a pop foul on the first base sign, and it evens 1-1 on Millen. But we get a clean slate in the second half, and that's just 8 games away. There's a curveball and a strike, and it's now 1-2 on Millen. 2 outs, no one on here in the bottom of the ninth. Ogden trailing 9-4. The Raptors down to their final strike. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3, and that ends the ball game. A 1-2-3 ninth inning. So final score: Provo 9, Ogden 4. Be back at the totals right after this. You've been listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Saturn retailers provide fast, soothing relief from stress and anxiety brought on by shopping for a car. Saturn facilities contain only helpful, courteous Saturn sales consultants. Extremely reliable cars at reasonable prices. Warning: prolonged exposure to high-pressure sales tactics may result in headache, shortness of breath, and nausea. If symptoms persist, consult your local Saturn dealer immediately. Saturn of Riverdale at 5215 South Freeway Park Drive, Riverdale, Utah, or give them a call, 773-3500.
Hi, Jeff Hornacek here. You know, I've never been too fond of low percentages, except when it comes to mortgage rates. Right now, you can get a short-term home mortgage at America First Credit Union for one of the lowest rates we've ever offered. It's 4.25% variable. Sounds like an incredible rate, doesn't it? Well, it is. But in all fairness, I should point out that there are a couple of things that don't come with this amazing rate. Like no closing costs, no appraisal fees, no points. In fact, there are no fees of any kind. And compared to even similar rates at other financial institutions, America First no-fee mortgage could save you thousands of dollars just in fees alone. Plus, you might also lower your monthly payment and still pay off your mortgage years earlier. To apply, just visit any branch or online at americafirst.com. But hurry, this 4.25% variable interest rate is subject to change. Longer-term rates, both fixed and variable, are also available.
Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service. This Raptors broadcast is brought to you in part by surfutah.net. Surf the net with surfutah.net. By Construction Specialist, teaming up with you for the perfect custom home. By Quick Hit Full Service Food, not the fastest, but the best. By Village Inn, good food, good feeling. And by Long Life, they know Utah from the ground up.
You've been listening to Ogden Raptors Professional Baseball. For a recap of tonight's ball game, let's head back to the ballpark with the voice of your Raptors, Brian Petrata.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field for the final totals here. Provo defeats the Raptors 9-4. The line score like this: for the Angels, 9 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. For the Raptors, 4 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. Provo starter Daniel Davidson gets the win to improve to 3-1. Raptors starter David Quinn suffers the loss to drop to 1-4. So the Raptors now 12-18 on the year. Provo and opposite 18-12, and the Angels have now won 6 in a row. Offensive player of the game for the Raptors, Ryan Carter. He went 2 for 3, driving in 2 runs tonight. Luis Castillo and Jeff Cuthbert also had 2 hits for the Raptors. Castillo scored twice on the night. Cuthbert was retired only once. That was on a sacrifice fly. So a tough one tonight for the Raptors. They fell behind early again, and a 4-run 5th inning for Provo gave them what they needed tonight for this 9-4 victory. So the series concludes tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. The pregame show at 3:50. Taking the mound for the Raptors will be Edgar Ahumada in search of his first win of the season, and we hope he can get it and salvage a win out of this series against the Provo Angels. So that'll take care of everything from Lindquist Field tonight. For Curtis Larson back in the studio, this is Brian Petrata saying good night from Lindquist Field. You've been listening to Raptors Baseball on 1660 KXOL.